All right, what's up? What's up? What's up? Good morning. Got my voice back. Got my voice back today. Let me say what's up to everybody. What's going on? Kamal Oz in the building. T. Orlando Pearson say you in here early. Early, man. I had 10 o'clock, man. What's going on, Orlando? Asante L, what's going on, man? Debo, and hold on one second. All right, my bad. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's good with everybody? What's good with everybody? Debo in the building. Keith Pierre, what's happening? Wilbert Rogers in the building. What's good? Is it true that PBC gave them the rematch to the zone? What I heard is that they gave Golden Boy the right to promote the rematch. So if that means that it's going to whatever network that they want to go to, then yeah. However, don't believe the hype. Let me put it that way. Don't believe the hype. I'm still like, hey, look, man, I don't know. I don't want to sound like I don't want to see that fight because I do want to see the fight. But at the same time, man, these dudes are shady, bro. What's going on, DeMarco Hayes? What's going on, man? Dude knew he was not going to win against Spence unless he hurt, but he didn't want to let his fans and family down. HMC in the building. What's going on, G-Man? Gilbert Jimenez in the building. What's happening, man? What's going on, Timothy Stoudemire? What's good, brother? Big Keith in the building. Not T Dread. What's going on, man? Shamir Ogden. What's going on, man? E Snooty in the building. Hey, man, you left a good comment, man. You left a good comment on that one video where you said, man, these guys don't watch they don't watch the video. You're 100% right, man. Those dudes do not watch those videos. They just leave comments. They'll read the title and leave a comment, which is like why it was why I always wind up having drama in the comment section. It's people saying that I said things that I didn't say because they misinterpret the title. Happy birthday, Timothy Stoudemire. Happy 34th, man. Happy 34th, man. Asante L said, Bud is proving that he's mentally slow. No, look, man, I just want the guy. Here's my thing. I want to know where the Jermell Charlo fight is. What's going on with the Jermell Charlo fight? We were promised some things, and I want to see the promise kept. We were promised some things. There's a lot. See, I don't forget the smack talking, so I just want to say, okay, since you said what you were going to do, if you did not fight Errol, because you didn't, then you said you're going to go get up. He was going to move up, and he was going to go get his cheerleader. So once again, I'm like, okay, you're going to go up and get his cheerleader. When's the move to 154 coming? When's the move to 154 coming? That's what I want to know. Let's get that going. Because if you say that this dude is a cheerleader and how you're going to knock this dude out, and Jermell Charlo is laughing at you like, man, you better stay down there, do what you're doing. Don't come up here because I'm a knockout artist, man. Because I'm a knockout artist, right? Well, now the proof is in the pudding. The Errol Spence Jr. fight's not taking place. So let's get let's get Terence Crawford versus Jermell Charlo. Because that's what he said he would give us. Now, somebody tell me I'm wrong. Did he or did he not say that? Should we ask these questions? What do you mean, Bobo? Should we ask what questions? Absolutely should ask these questions. All day, every day, man, for sure. Absolutely you should ask these questions. Hold on one second. I know that. Is that Bud hate, though? I need to let me know. If in the middle of nothing else really going on in boxing, even though we do have a good fight coming up tonight, I'm looking forward to Ray Vargas versus Oshaki Foster. I will be ringside for that fight. I want to know if there's Charlo a dog, because he's a stud, man. I'm with that. Let's get Bud versus Charlo immediately. So that's what I'm saying. So let's move this on to, hey, man, you promised us the Jermell Charlo fight. Since you promised it, I don't want to keep harping on what's going on with the Errol Terence Crawford fight, because obviously Errol, we'll find out for sure next week. It looks like he's going to be going to 154. So if he's going to 154, that means Errol and Jermell are at 154. Let's make it happen. Exactly. That's what I don't want to see. I don't want to see Alexis Rocha. I don't want to see 3 fights this year out of Bud. Now, that do not include either Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, or Jermell Charlo. And even with staying at 154, even if he stays at 147, what do you say? Rick Tennis Fanon, have you seen or heard Clarissa Shields' rap song she released in the studio? First Deontay, now to Quote. She says she's kicking ASS all over the world. No, man, I don't listen to artist music. I've never been a big fan of athletes' music. I'm okay. I am 100% okay with that. Hold on one second. Nah, I don't even listen because I don't want to. Yeah, I'm not a big music guy anyway, man. I'm not a big music guy to start with. So listening to Rick. So listening to their music. Nah, I'm good. I'd rather listen to some Marvin Gaye. Like, like there's plenty of music that's out there from legendary artists that I've not heard yet. I'm sure there's a bunch of Howling Wolf songs I've not heard. So, I don't think I've ever listened to a Bob Dylan song all the way through. I think I couldn't tell you one single solitary Bob Dylan song. Asante L said, fight Spence, he is stud. So shut up, take a little less money, be quiet, because if you come over here, I'm a knockout artist, baby. Yeah, but it's time to go see that knockout artist, man. It's time to see the knockout artist, man. Let's see the knockout artist, brother. Let's see the knockout artist. Let's see the knockout artist, bro. I want that one. Buddy Guy is on his farewell tour now. Last one for him going into March and June. Look, man, I don't want to hear none of that. I want to see this guy fight. I want to see this guy keep his word. I want to see the guy keep his word. And I just did a video. I'm going to give you the breakdown of it. Y'all are not going to like this. But really, Keith Thurman is about to pass this dude. Well, I think Keith Thurman is going to be interesting, man. Keith Thurman gets a lot of slack. But with this Errol Spence Jr. fight, I think this dude is going to wind up doing more in his career than Bud. For now, and then you would have loved the showdown we had yesterday on local black radio between Marvin Gaye and Gladys Knight. Great matchup. Marvin won. Oh, yeah. Oh, so they're doing those. Oh, yeah, Marvin's going to win that one. Marvin Gaye going to win that one for sure. I would be like, let me see the Marvin Gaye versus, like, I don't know who you're going to really mess with Marvin Gaye. Like, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder. I don't think anybody's beating Stevie Wonder. Fanon, is there any way we can get the actual BLK Prime numbers, or because they're a private entity, we just got to lie on their misinformation? They've not released any numbers. So no, I don't think there is any way other than asking them and them telling you, but they're not, but more than likely they're not going to tell you. Hold on one second. They're not going to tell you because it's not in their interest to tell you. That look, man, it's not in their interest to tell you. I have a suspicion though that they're going to do better. I think they'll probably wind up doing better with the I think the Incel in the building, brother. Good morning, man. Thank you for that support, brother. Big Incel in the Cash App, brother. The king of the Cash App, right there. Thank you, brother. With the $5 holler. Thank you, brother. I think the Adrian Bronner fight is going to do better. I'm just going to make sure that I get I'm going to get a private card or something so I can't get charged twice. I don't like that, man. That stuff left a bad taste in my mouth. It's double whatever it is because they charge y'all twice. Look, man, my whole thing is I am absolutely positively not in the mood I'm gonna watch the fight though. I'll figure out a way to get it. I'll figure out a way to get it because I like Adrian Broner and I want to see Adrian Broner fight. He doesn't have that many left. He doesn't have that many left in him. I'm glad it's been 3 weeks and they've not rescheduled the fight again, so that's good news. You know, Combat Lounge. Good morning to you, brother. Good morning to you. But no, merch is dumb. No, I don't think that there is. I don't know of any way to do it, man. Also, hey man, look, can everybody do me a favor, man? I gotta let some people know. I don't know if you guys know who Scrapbook Boxing is. Scrapbook Boxing is the only channel that I feature on my homepage on my channel, and they are and he could use your prayers right about now. He's having some health issues, so you're in my prayers to sending positive energy out there to Scrapbook Boxing. Also, John Boy's still under the weather, so if y'all could just give some positivity out there to John Boy, that'd be good. I got in touch with him yesterday, checked in on him. Still under the weather, so make sure y'all just to keep that positive energy out there for him. Buzz 703 in the bill said Bud Duck equals Bud. What is this? What's that? Oh, what? I can't make out what that last thing is. I can't make out with that. Hold on. Is that a mouse? Is that a mouse? Yeah, Scrapbook is the best historical guy on YouTube. Excellent information. Oh yeah, he's really good. There's another guy that's really good called I think it's Hardline Boxing, but he used to go by the name of Boxing Librarian. Very, very good, man. Very good. Very good at what he does. But again, not a fan of mine, so don't mention my name around him. But because some of those historians are really those guys that are like historians really pride themselves on being historians. They got a lot of arrogance. They're some of the more arrogant dudes, man. Hey, much love. Thank you, Wally. Wally in the building, man. Thank you, Wally Diang. Thank you for that support, brother. It means a lot. Thank you. Thank you. Not a lot's been going on in boxing. So, very, very slow time. So everybody that supports, understand your support is like multiplied by 100. Fanon, you a real one. I was trying to decide for years who deserves my money and who to subscribe to. Don't ever change, bro. Ramon Jackson. Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. Ramon Jackson, Ramona Jackson. It's not going to change. No worries. I'm too old. I'm too old to change in that regard. I'm not going to try to mislead you. I'm not trying to sucker you. I don't like to be suckered. I was listening to a really good lecture yesterday on contracts. It was a contract professor from the University of Pennsylvania, and they did a study on like why people will spend a lot of money in litigation to try to for breach of contract and felt like because people feel like they will go a long way to try to not feel as if they've been taken advantage of. People really don't like being taken advantage of, and like even if it will cost them more money to sue you, a lot of people will sue you and spend a lot of money and know they're going to lose money on it at the end of it because they don't want for you to get away. They don't want somebody to get away with the feeling that they got over on them. You know what I mean? So, hey, thank you, Wally. I appreciate that. Keto Johnson said, "Got your voice back today. Don't lose it again. Yell at these trolling dude fans." Nah, Keto, I'm good, man. I'm good. I lost it at a basketball game. Fanon, her last name is Johnson. Ramona? What did I say, Jackson? I'm sorry, Ramona Jackson. Johnson. Ramona Johnson. I'm sorry. Thank you. Sorry, I'm sorry about that, man. My bad. Ramona Johnson. Let me give you that gong too for the mispronunciation of the name. Hey, T. Orlando Pearson said, "I make a living off people throwing good money after bad." Yeah, man, it's like, dude, throwing good. Exactly, it's a great way to say it. People will throw good money out after bad. they the conversation was about they did a survey and they said, look, if you were going to do business with somebody and there was your chances to earn money was like a 3-to-1 that you would earn 50% on your money or you would lose your money, right? So you were either going to make, it's a 3-to-1, it's a chance is 3-to-1 that you're going to make 50% investment on your money. The other side of it is that that you could lose the money, right? So if you had $100 and you had and you were going to invest, how much would you invest in something where it was a 3-to-1 chance that you were going to earn that you were going to make a 50% profit on your money, and then another chance, a 1/3 chance that you would lose your money. How much money would you invest? So and then here's the other scenario, but here's the catch. They asked it 2 different groups of people. Now, they revealed why you would lose your money. In one scenario, you would lose your money because the person overestimated, the owner overestimated the value of the product, right? And then the other one was that you would lose your money because because of fraud, because they were fraudulent. People were willing to invest in the case where they thought that they could lose money because somebody misestimated or had a poor estimate of what the value of the product was. They've invested on average $66. When they felt that they would lose their money because of fraud, on average they only bet $33. They only invested $33. So even though they had an equal chance of losing their money, people were half as likely to invest them if they thought that they were going to get ripped off versus somebody just making a bad choice in their investment. You know what I mean? He said, Glizzard Glock, I love how Fanon schools us and teaches us about this real boxing issue. Hey, thanks, Glizzard Glock. So yeah, man, people don't like to get ripped off. So yeah, I'm not going to go around ripping. I'm not going to try to rip you off because people really don't like that, man. Like if you catch somebody in something like that, man, it can do so much damage to you that it's just not worth it. Lawrence Johnson said Fury probably won't want the deal with the footwork and movement of Alexander Usyk. I don't think he's going to fight Usyk either, but I don't think you're going to hear all the complaining that you hear about Errol, really about PBC fighters not making fights, because nobody in boxing is really complaining about big fights not being made. They're complaining about PBC not being able to make fights with other promoters. So to me, and then you see what's going on. You see what's going on. Well, I think I see what's going on with Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. Chickasaw Fonte said, best boxing channel for your boxing needs. Thank you, Fanon. Hey, man, thank you, man. Thank you for always coming by and chopping it up with me in the live streams that we do every day. Definitely appreciate you, man. And much love to everybody that supports in the chats, supports by hitting that like button, supports by the super chats and the cash apps. But back to the subject at hand, man. I would like to see people make a real push on Terence Crawford going to 154 pounds and getting in the mix with these guys at 154 pounds because he said he would. I don't want to see, if Errol does not come back, there's literally nothing at 147 pounds that I believe Terence Crawford is going to take. And those are because I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that fight with Virgil Ortiz. And I don't really believe in that he's going to take that fight with Jaron Ennis. So if he's not going to go fight, if he's not looking for a championship at 154 pounds with the undisputed guy there, then, I don't see really what's left, man. And it'll be such a shame for what I believe his legacy will be, what I will talk about, what I will say about his career. I can't tell you what other people are going to say with his career. So Gervonta Davis and Gary Russell going to happen? I doubt it. I'm not I'm still trying to hold out positivity for the Gervonta Davis Gary Russell fight. I mean, Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia. I'm still holding out hope for that. However, it's just funny business. It's just real funny business out of them dudes, man. Oh shit, wow. Oh, I'm sorry, I mean to cuss. Just got myself demonetized. Brother, wow, thank you with the big bill out there, bro. Much love, David Williams with the big god dog, man. That's big, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you for that support, bro. That's like $1 billion in this dry boxing time. So thank you so much, David Williams. And Fanon, this is just a token of my appreciation. More to come. Thank you, David Williams. I appreciate you. So I can't even tell you how much I appreciate you, man, for that. That's really, really, really big. That's really, really big, bro. Thank you. Let me get a sip of water on that, man. Yes, sir. Terence, Keto Johnson says Terence is a new warrior. Man, let me put that up there, man, where that belongs. Terence has a new warrior name, calling him Terence Duck Crawfish, because he will duck tough competition and back out of negotiations. It's crazy, bro. Yeah, Crystal Rose Rogers said, I thought you weren't coming on today. Oh, no, I go a little bit later in the weekends. Sneakers in the E say you deserve it. Thanks, bro. Thank you, man. It's a good time for the channel, man. There were some tough times on the channel, man, for real. Very, very tough times on the channel, man. LeVar Aiken said, hey, good morning, Fanon. Watching from Philadelphia International Airport with 9 other police officers headed to Arizona to watch my Eagles win the Super Bowl. Who's fighting tonight on Showtime? First of all, you got 9 police officers, man. Let me give y'all 9 gongs. First of all, let me get that gong to David Williams, first of all. Thank you, David Williams. Thank you, David Williams. And LeVar in the building. Let me give you them gongs for you police officers. Thank you guys for protecting and serving. I greatly, greatly appreciate what y'all do. Just like people in the military, you guys, as I know there's a lot of stuff out there, and not always, the best news out there regarding you guys' profession. But, man, to you guys that really do the job, man, thank you guys so much for protecting and serving people, in the community. You guys, you can't, it'd be a lot, let me say, it'd be a lot worse world without you. So thank you guys very much for your service. And that's to everybody, as to all the public servants out there, Yes, and who's fighting tonight is going to be Ray Vargas. Let me give you the card that's going to be there for that. Let me give you the card. It's going to be Ray Vargas and Shaqy Foster, Mario Barrios versus Giovanni Santana. And there's a bunch of, I don't think there's really anybody else to note on the fight, but I'm definitely but man, a lot of debut fights. Really, it's not that deep a card. It's not that deep a card, but you got Mario Barrios, Ray Vargas, and Shaqy Foster are the big names on that, man. Those are really the big names on that fight card. And I will be there ringside for show, out there ringside. Hard to imagine Oster's going to feed the face of Golden Boy to a PBC fighter that has a high probability of brutally knocking his fighter out. Yeah, it's we'll see, man. These dudes, we'll see. I'm holding out hope because, I know you guys want the fight. So, like, Chicken Talk was hey, oh, man, that's huge, bro. Cal L. Coolid in the building, bro. That's big, man. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you for that support, man. OG, for the OG, Cal Coolid, brother. Thank you so much for that support, Cal Coolid. Thank you, brother. Big time support from Cal Coolid in the building. Marcus Parker in the building said, I don't see how everyone is dissing Bud. Bud has done a lot in the business, and he's still doing it. Everybody thinks it's Bud. It's not. Marcus Parker. This is why people are dissing Bud. Bud turned down a fight with Errol Spence. It's just what it is, man. Like, he turned down a fight with Errol Spence. I mean, sometimes you just got to make things simple and plain. When you have an opportunity to do something and everybody wants to see you do it, and you just say no to everybody, man, people kind of take that personally. A lot of his fans took it personally. A lot of Errol Spence Jr. fans took it personally. And you have a bunch of media people using it to their advantage. People that are like, well, the reason it didn't happen is Al Heyman. Look, man, people don't even know what, man, I don't even know how, you don't know how tall Al Heyman is. Don't know what his voice sounds like. That's just an excuse. What people understand, many people, I'm going to talk about me as a boxing fan. I know Terence Crawford turned that fight down. I've read all the news. I've talked to all the news about all the news. I understand everybody's point. Fat Boy said, oh, Ish, so for now, you doing a fight party? No, I'm going to be ringside for that fight. I am going to be sitting at ringside for that fight. Not going to be doing a fight party. I am going to be ringside for that fight. Yes, sir. Ringside for that fight. That's me. And I am looking forward to it. I'm probably going to leave sometime in the afternoon. Dennis Purdue said, proof, please. What are you asking? Dennis Purdue, what are you asking for proof? What are you asking for proof of? Dennis Purdue? Let me know. I'll give you, if I have the proof, I'll give you the proof. But you have to tell me what proof you're asking for. And then I can give you the proof. I have a suspicion I know what you're talking about. And I definitely have proof. That they not fighting, that's proof. I mean, if you're talking about, if I want to make sure that I don't want to jump the gun, no. What do you need proof of? So if I have the proof, I will give it. Mr. Eurodollar said, been a minute, bro. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you for coming by, man. Thank you, man. Bud literally has 3 choices: Errol, Charlo, or retire. He literally can't do anything else. People are going to support. Well, he could fight Jaron Ennis. He could fight Jaron Ennis. He also could fight, I think he could fight Virgil Ortiz. There's nothing that they're going to do that's going to get him out of that. Because if he wins, now proof. No, I want to know what proof he's talking about. That Crawford turned down the fight. Where's the proof that he turned down the fight? When he said, I can't take this fight. I'm fighting somebody this year. He's on Instagram explaining why he turned down the fight. He talked about it on Instagram. He said, let me tell you why I turned it down. I wanted to fight this year. And that fight was not going to be till next year. I told them if I didn't have a fight this year, if the fight wasn't going to be this year, that I was going to fight somebody this year. That's what Terence Crawford said. Since Terence Crawford gave you a reason that he turned down the fight, I don't have to believe that's the reason he turned down the fight, but I know for sure that he turned down the fight. Terence Crawford admitted turning down the fight. Thank you very much. And he went and he fought David Avanesyan in December. And the reason he said he was fighting David Avanesyan is because he turned down the Errol Spence Jr. fight. Is that enough for you? Or do you need more proof other than the fact that he said it? Thanks. Yeah, no worries, Dennis Purdue. Yeah, man, I'll answer that question. Thank you very much. Benson has a typo when he said he really don't care for that fight after calling Spence out for years. Well, look, man, that's the hard way to get that done. Benson Hedges, that's a hard way to get that done. We know he turned down the fight because he said he turned down the fight. Now, if you want to go behind that and you want to talk about why he turned down the fight, that's a different conversation. We got to section off what is exactly we're talking about. We know Terence Crawford turned down that fight. Now, when people start justifying why he did it, that becomes another conversation. But at the end of the day, he turned it down. And it really doesn't do anything. The reason why he did it doesn't do anything for boxing fans. That's not going to make them feel, that's not going to replace the empty feeling that they have, right? Where they're like, man, I was really looking, man, that was going to be a great fight, man. Why didn't it didn't happen? Well, Terence turned it down. Oh, man, they didn't get that fight done, man. Come on, man. Man, that's what you're left with. I have plenty of friends that are boxing fans. And if I talk to them, they don't know why Terence, if they know Terence Crawford turned down the fight, though. You know what I mean? The real question is why doesn't he blame Bud? Look, it is Bud. Fanon, why do you hate Bud? Why do you promote everything Spence? I don't hate Bud at all. I like Bud a lot. And I don't promote everything Spence. That's my answer to that. I don't hate Bud at all. He just ducked a fight. He ducked a fight. It's been years since I've seen him fight anybody that I've wanted to see him fight. He has not been in a good fight in years. The last fight that I was like, okay, what's going to happen in this fight was Victor Postol. Man, that was a long time ago. And that's the only fight that I ever wondered about. That's it. Because I think Victor Postol had knocked out Lucas Matisse. And so I was like, oh, man, and they were hyping that up like, oh, it's this European fighter. He's really, really good and all of that. So I was like, okay. He said, Fanon purposely did a pro Bud video this week for this reason. Look, man, I have a bunch of pro Bud videos up. I've done a lot of pro Bud videos. A lot of them. But it doesn't matter because you guys are really not, when there's something positive to say about Bud, I will say it in a minute. I don't have a problem doing it. If there's something positive, like I tell people all the time, the only person I don't like to say positive things about is Dillian White. And I don't like Tyson Fury. I have to admit, saying something positive about Tyson Fury is really tough. It's really, really tough to it's tough to roll off the tongue because I think he's a cheater. And I never really wanted to get into that subject about whether or not Tyson Fury was a cheater or not. But Tyson Fury is a cheater. He played with them gloves for sure in that first fight. And I definitely saw his hand coming through gloves in the second fight. I believe Tyson Fury is a dirty fighter. So it's tough for me to say positive things about him. But I'm not going to lie on him. Just like Dillian White, I'm not going to lie on Dillian White. I'm not going to say things about Dillian White that I think are not true. You know what I mean? Just because I don't like the dude. I don't like him because he was out there saying he was Deontay Wilder's. First of all, they were out there blocking the Anthony Joshua fight with him. So I didn't like that. Like the fight is Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. But these same people that talk about how big fights can't be made were definitely trying to stand in the way of that big fight being made. And that fight was the biggest fight in boxing for sure, was Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. And you had guys like Teddy Atlas saying, man, if they have Anthony Joshua fight Deontay Wilder, they deserve to lose their job. Right? People were saying, well, he doesn't sell any tickets. Nobody knows him. Dude, Deontay Wilder's numbers have always been better than Tyson. Let me be very clear on this. Deontay Wilder's numbers have always been better than Terence Crawford's. Always. Always better than Terence Crawford's. Always. Still a bigger name than Terence Crawford. So you have Anthony Joshua that was bigger than Errol, Spence, and Tyson Fury, and Deontay Wilder, who's bigger by leaps and bounds than Tyson Fury. Not Tyson Fury, then Terence Crawford. And They acted like nobody pushed for that fight. ESPN wasn't pushing for that fight. ESPN was not on Eddie Hearn's back about why aren't you making this fight? Why can't we get the big fights? We didn't hear any of that stuff for Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. All we heard is Deontay Wilder's a bum. Deontay Wilder, Bum Wilder, and Windmill Wilder, and how he's never beat anybody in the top 10, and all of that stuff. All of that stuff. But you never hear of that. Oh, well, Eddie Hearn's not making the big fights. You still, when Canelo Alvarez didn't take that fight package that included Errol Spence, they didn't say, "Oh man, come on, man, you're not going to make Canelo versus you're not going to take Canelo versus Jermell and Canelo versus Errol." Are you serious? Why wouldn't you make that? Those are two really big fights. You didn't hear anybody say anything about that. Right? Where was the outrage? Where was the outrage about that? Absolutely nowhere. So what we're getting here is you get a lot of stuff on black fighters that are managed by black people. You can dislike that if you want, but that's what I see. I see an organization that has where you have two different standards, one for Al Heyman, you have one for Al Heyman, and then you got a different standard for Oscar De La Hoya, a different standard for Bob Arum, and a different standard for Eddie Hearn. You got one standard for Al Heyman and different standards for the rest of them. And you cannot tell me that's not the truth, because there's a bunch of big fights that they did not make. Bob Arum is telling you he's not interested in making a fight with Gervonta Davis versus Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney or Vasily Lomachenko. He said it. He's like, we got plenty of fights that we can make ourselves. That's what he said. So please do not tell me that these guys don't have a different standard for Al Heyman. You got a different standard for Al Heyman. But as it goes to Terence Crawford, look, man, be about your word. You said, like in the instance where he talked about fighting Errol Spence Jr., he said that he didn't know whether or not, he said, man, I'm past that. I'm done. It'll never happen. He said that. But he also said that if he's not going to fight Errol Spence, then he's going to fight Jermell Charlo. So we need some action on that front. We need some action on that front. If Jermell doesn't want to fight Errol, because he said he doesn't want to fight Errol, then there you go. That's your path right there. Jermell Charlo will fight you. I'm sure he will. Or was it all just yap? Or was it all just yap? You just talking. Because dude, Jermell ain't no joke. And I think Jermell Charlo is every bit as hard a fight for Terence Crawford as Errol Spence Jr. is, because you better believe that dude is not little. And he definitely can crack. And on top of it, he has a chin. So let's get that going on, man. Crystal Rose Rogers says, Fanon, do you think Crawford ducking Spence hurts his case against Bob Arum? He doesn't have a case with Bob Arum. He dropped it. Bob Arum rattled his pocketbooks and he dropped the case. Or he didn't drop it. He just didn't refile it. T. Orlando Pearson can explain that better than I can. He did not refile it. It was in the state. He originally filed it in the state court in Philadelphia. He said, morning, you lied. It's cold here. No, I told you. Rachel, I told you it was going to be chilly. You remember you asked me the temperature. It's what it was. That's what I said. I was like, tonight's going to be in this Thursday. Thursdays, it should be okay in the morning. But you're in a desert. You're from a desert. So, you're in Vegas. So you're in the middle of a desert. Maybe it is, cold. Yeah. So So yeah, I mean, you're not in the desert. Anyway, just different standards for different people, man. So I would like to hold him. I'm joking. See you soon. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna be there earlier this. Hey, can you text me what hotel you guys are staying at, if you wouldn't mind. Text me what hotel you, because I was just gonna drive there and back, but I think now I'm gonna stay at a hotel. If you could text me what hotel you guys are staying at, or what hotel like the production people and all that are staying at, either one, I'm gonna wind up getting a room, because I was thinking I was gonna come back home, but I think I'm gonna probably um I think what I'm probably gonna do is just stay there for the night. Bob Arum knows a thing or two about the law and how to manipulate and bend it in his favor. Bud never stood a chance. Well, he was probably, I don't know what he was doing, but um, they threw that out. Well, they didn't throw it out. Let me say it correctly. He did not refile it, because he filed it in state court. Then Bud filed it in state court. They moved it to federal court, and then the federal court sent it back to state court. But um, Terence would have needed to refile in state court, but he never did. Since he never did, ain't nothing else popping off with it. Cause dude, he probably didn't want to spend that money. And probably didn't want to spend that money. He might have been advised, and for all I know, he could have been advised not to refile it, and could have been advised not to file it at all, because but Bud don't be listening. Anyway, Thomas Hill said, yeah, merch is dumb. That needs to happen. Okay, that's not for me. Dang, Fanon, you and Ratch made me want to drive over to San Antonio for the fight. Too dang nabbit. Fight too dang nabbit. Hey, man, I'm gonna be there, man. I'm gonna enjoy it tonight. I get to enjoy some live fights. I enjoy it. I'm gonna support O'Shaquie Foster. And Rachel is going for Ray Vargas. So, it's all good. But I like Ray Vargas too. This is my second Ray Vargas fight I've been to. Of course. So anyway, yeah. Well, Love Down Gaither, what's going on, man? What it do with you, brother? How you feeling? Okay, that's what's up. I thought the Alamo was south. I thought they were south. Um, definitely needs Spence Charlo. Yes, sir. Kamal Oz. Of course, Bob knows about the law. He graduated from Harvard Law, worked for the feds, and then got raided by the feds for corruption in the IBF. He has experience on all sides. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Uh, Malcolm H. Adams said, W. Adams said, you're opinionated and disingenuous. Bud turned down the fight because he did not agree to the terms and the conditions of the proposed agreements. That is a business. That is a business, not a game. He's a prize fighter. I don't even know what to make of that ridiculousness. You insult me. Let's get this right. You just give me it. You give me you call me a liar based off the fact that off of what? Because I said he turned down the fight. He did. That's the truth. He turned down the fight. That's what I said. I didn't speak about anything other than that. I said he turned on the fight. He said that he would fight if he didn't fight Terence Crawford. If he didn't fight Errol Spence, he'd fight Jermell Charlo. So I'm saying fight Jermell Charlo. That's not an opinion, idiot. Sorry. I'm trying not to get upset today because I don't want to lose my voice. You're a troll. First of all, I have an opinion. This is boxing talk, dummy. Everybody has an opinion. That's what you're supposed to do. When you talk sports, you're talking about your opinion. Everybody in here has an opinion. But what I stated was a fact. He turned down the fight. He also said that if he didn't fight Errol Spence, that he would fight Jermell Charlo. That's a fact. That's not my opinion. Bud turned down the fight because he did not agree to turn. That is redundant, dummy. You are trying to sound intelligent and put a tie on. Just because you got a tie on don't mean you're not an idiot. Bud turned down the fight because he did not agree to terms and conditions. You're a dummy. You might as well have written, he turned down the fight because he turned down the fight. You might as well have written, he turned down the terms and conditions because he turned down the terms and conditions. Clearly, he turned down the fight because he turned down the terms and conditions. You know what one of the terms and conditions was? That he would fight Errol Spence. That's a term. The person that he was going to fight is a term. Oh, you would like to fight? Who am I going to fight? Oh, you're going to fight Errol Spence Jr.? I don't like that term. It's a business, not a game. It is a game, you moron. It is a game. Absolutely, it's a game. Sports are games. Boxing, you can call it a match, but it's still a game. It is absolutely, positively a game. So first of all, I'm opinionated. I have opinions, if that's what you mean, for sure. Like I think you're an idiot. I'm disingenuous. I don't know where I've been disingenuous because, again, all I said was exactly what you said. He turned down the fights because he didn't like the terms and conditions to the proposed agreement. I said that, didn't I? When I said we can talk about why, what particular term, what particular condition, but I know he turned it down. And since he turned it down, he said that he would fight Jermell Charlo. So Malcolm W. And let me see something. I always love a dude that wears a tie to try to look smart. That's an overcoat. Sitting in a gaming chair. I don't believe you, brother. I don't believe you. Anyway, it was nice talking to you. Can you stop trying to sound intelligent and just say what you got to say? Because that was seriously redundant. He turned it down because he turned it down. You're saying something, but you're not saying anything. Kamal Oz in the building. What's going on, brother? How can someone agree to all terms but not sign? Kamal Oz, for me, he said to me, why would you, he rejected he turned down the fight because he turned down the fight. No kidding. No kidding. No kidding. No kidding. Yay. Yay for you. Yay for you. John Boy says some support. Shout out to everybody. Brother, I hope you're feeling better today. Thank you, John Boy. Thank you for that support, John Boy. I hope you're feeling better, man. Hope you're feeling better, brother. Hope you're feeling better. Said he blasted for now with jibber jabber. I mean, it's just name calling and jibber jabber. You're disingenuous. I literally just said the same thing that you said. So I don't know why I got to be a liar because I said the same thing that you said. However, I just said it once. You said it twice. Man, them dudes is wild, bro. These guys be wild, man. Don't block them, though. Don't block them because that's some lovely content. No joke. I love somebody try to be cute. Try to say something smart. I'm going to sound smart in this one. IBKJ said he should have signed the deal for a fight down the line and took a fight this year anyway. Doing so, they could have ironed out the details more and he would have had an announcement, but someone walked away. Hey, what's going on? Stone Alone in the building. Always Stone Alone, stuck on automatic. Gone. For my man Stone Alone. What's good, Stone Alone? Yeah, they deleted this comment too fast. Yeah, come on, man. Don't block that dude, man. Don't take away my fun, man. Okay? This guy is seriously, this dude is just food. Yeah, you timed him out. Who did that? Who Kamal slapped him. Hey, let him roll. Let him roll. Hold on. Did I see this? Hold on. You called him a liar. I didn't call him a liar. When did I call him a liar? You lying. When did I call him a liar? I'll wait for you to get back in. I never called Bud a liar. I don't really call people liars. Hey, he said, yeah. The Clifton said the sky is blue because the sky is blue. Exactly, bro. Sky is blue because it's blue. You know what I mean? Stone Alone. Hey, man. John Boy says Stone Alone. Good morning, all. Yes, sir, bro. Corey McGowan said all this boxing politics, all this male boxing politics is what Shields is talking about. Look, man, Clarissa Shields may want to, sit back. Okay? Just sit back, man. Sit back. I would say stay back. Just stay back. You know what I mean? Stay back. Stay back. I don't want to, man. It's apples and oranges. You have no choice but to fight these people. Do not confuse your lack of choice with you having a fighter's, like you being more about fighting. You don't have a choice. There's only like 6 of you. Like you have to fight each other. You have no choice. Otherwise, you're going to be fighting in a parking lot. Like, what are you going to do? Who are you going to turn them down? Like, was she going to turn down Savannah Marshall? Who was Savannah Marshall going to fight that was going to bring? That's it. They don't have multiple fights that they can take. They don't have 5, 6 fights. Dude, they're going to be right back because they're going to be right back around the block. I mean, if you look at the welterweight division, just in the welterweight division, how many fighters do you have to choose from? You have Errol Spence, Terence Crawford. Oh, nah, Stone Alone, dog, you stuck on auto, man, paying for my gong. What's going on, brother? Stone Alone like me. He said, like, I like to pay my way. Thank you, Stone Alone. And Big Keith says, shout out to all the live chat fam. Good morning and blessings to you all and your family. Much love in that city. Thank you, brother. You're disingenuous. Only person around here got called a liar was me, son, whatever one. Look, bars, you called me a liar. I never called Terence Crawford a liar. I'm telling him to keep his word. Josh Gossett, salute Fanon. Salute to you, brother. Oh, yeah, man. I'll let Kamal cook for sure. Much love in that super chat, brother. Man, who you liking for tonight? Oh, you guys talking to yeah. Kamal be killing, man. Kamal be doing y'all dirty, bro. Yeah, Kamal. All Kamal gotta ever do is just say, "Let me get a link, bro." And the link is there, brother. And the link is there, bro. John Boy in that super chat, brother. He said, "Facts, yes, sir." It's like, yeah, pay your own way, bro. John Boy says, "Stone Alone, help me pray for the hooker I left in the car before I got sick. I forgot I left her there. It's been weeks." Oh, man, she got out of there now. Much love in that super chat, John Boy. She got out of there now. And my man, Upper Echelon in the building, that Cash App, man. Much love, brother, for the $2 holler, brother. Thank you so much for that support, bro. Yeah, my man, come on. Yeah, come on, be cooking, bro. I enjoy it, man. I enjoy him. Zenith 360 in the man, dude. Zenith 360. I think y'all have definitely run King Judah. I think King Judah's out of here, bro. I hate it, man. I hate King Judah's gone. I don't know if King Judah's coming back, man. I'm gonna go leave a message on King Judah's page. Definitely gonna leave a message on this page, man. Come on back, King Judah. Man, yeah, but the dog, I short temper span. I got a short temper for insults. Bud don't lie, but he said all of you broke and just mad. Hey, now, Bud will my Bud. Look, man. I have a Combat Lounge said, I have a hard time believing the individual's questions finance professionalism towards Crawford. Look, man, they can question all they want. All it is boxing talk. It is just boxing talk, man. It's boxing talk. Okay. I'm about to sit next to Nonito Donaire and Rachel Donaire and watch a boxing match where I'm gonna be rooting for O'Shaquie Foster. Okay. And they're gonna be rooting for Ray Vargas. But at the end, I like Ray Vargas. But I'm gonna ride with O'Shaquie Foster because O'Shaquie Foster roll with me. You know what I mean? Since I rock with O'Shaquie Foster because O'Shaquie Foster rocked with me. So since he rocked with me, I'm rocking with him. It's just what it is. I want O'Shaquie Foster to win the fight. Period. Point blank. Period. I was rocking with Ray. I was rocking with Ray Vargas against Mark Magsayo. And even though I like Mark Magsayo. Stone Alone said, John Boy, say it ain't so. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you for that support, bro. I love you. Thank y'all for the big support today. Matthew Thomas says, shout out to the great Fanon. We appreciate you. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. I'm still trying to teach myself not to project my voice. I'm trying to teach myself not to project my voice too much so I can save it over time. Because if I take it past this octave that I got going on right now, I swear to you, my voice will be gone tomorrow. But we can't take breaks. So, we keep it rolling. We keep it rolling. John Boy said, made all y'all laugh, then it worked. Oh, man, dude, you're a blessing, John Boy. The cat's lives, man. Much love, brother. You said, oh, no, yeah, King Judah. Yeah, I rock with King Judah. King Judah, good people. What's going on the Rise podcast in the building? What's happening with you? What's happening with you? What's happening with you? But look, man, we would do a panel if cats wanted to rock. He said, Rick, roll on the floor laughing. What's going on? Smoothie King, right back at you. One of the best gyms, the best gym on the East Coast. What's going on? Period. In boxing, actually. Let's go, period. With that, salute Toy May. What? Toy Man. Salute my main man, upper echelon. How you feeling, champ? Hope he's doing well, man. Combat Lounge. Some individual questions for non-professionalism towards Crawford are on Twitter being the complete opposite of what they expect. I don't know what you talking about people on Twitter. Man, let me tell you something, dog, about that Combat Lounge. Man, I have an opinion. I have an opinion. That's it. That's all it is. That's all it is. You guys going all overboard. I've never seen Rise podcast on Finance channel unless yeah, he's been on there once, but that's okay, man. Them new dudes, those guys got stuff going on, bro. Yeah, he's definitely been on, man. Been getting ready for Junior, has a game tonight. Yeah, it is. I mean, yeah, I don't want to put him out their way, man. But look, man, dude, it's my opinion. Okay. Like, I think the only people that really deserve criticism are people that really attack people for their opinion. If you are out, unless you're out here just talking about and doing things that it's very, very obvious, like that you have two different standards. Like if you have a standard for everybody, for now, we got to set it up. Yes, sir. Hey, man, Rise Podcast, it's set up anytime you want to jump on, bro. It's set up anytime you want to jump on. Anytime you want to jump on. Look, what's going on, Ox Steel? Look, hey, Aaron Mohammed in the building said, Fanon, your trolls woke up early smoking on that Joe Burrow. That man said, just smoking on little Joe Burrow. Hey, man, I gotta rock. Hey, I rock with dude, man. I rock with Mahomes seniors, bro. He got a capacity. He got a hey, funny story though. Okay, I'm gonna get in trouble for this one. All right, I got a story. My son be wanting my car, right? And it's our car. I love my son. It's our car. Like I've definitely elevated to I will share my car with my son. It whatever. I don't really go a lot of places. I don't really go a lot of places. It's a nice car, and my brother used to have the sickest rides. I mean, for real, like dumb sick rides. So I mean, when I'm telling you dumb sick rides, I'm talking about dumb sick rides. Like if you seen it, yeah. If you can think it, my brother would be pushing it. Like no joke. like what is this thing? Like this dude, my brother was pushing spaceships. My brother used to push spaceships in the 80s. Like these cars that look like spaceships, dog. He was pushing spaceships in the 80s. In the 90s, more spaceships. In the 2Gs, more spaceships. And then he turned into a fiscal conservative. And now he takes Ubers everywhere. Anyway, he played that man. That man had so many ridiculous, but he always would let me drop. No, I was rolling on him. Dude, I was rolling. Trust me, I was rolling. So with my son, I'm kind of like, man, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I got my attitude about cars from my brother. So I'm kind of spoiled on him. I just want my wife to have a nice car. And I want my son to have a nice car. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, for sure, Rise. Hold on. Let me read these. There you go, brother. Hold on. You welcome on. You're welcome anytime, bro. You ain't never got to wonder, brother. You ain't never got to wonder. What happened there? Hold on, man. What's this? How come all of a sudden? Okay, there you go. All right, there you go. Oh yeah, they woke up early, bro. Much love in that super chat, brother, to Aaron Muhammad, bro. And then there you go, brother. Nah, but hey, man, he also got my soft spot on dime pieces. So I'm telling you, I got a prejudice, okay? I do have a prejudice. Like, I have a certain prejudice, I will admit, okay? I told my son, I do not be bringing me, like, I told my son this. I was like, son, who's better looking, me or you? And he would say, I am, because it's just an honest truth. My son is just better. My son is just better. 1 second, I got you on. My son's just better looking than me, right? Just as an objective fact, like somebody's taller, just what it is. You know what I mean? So I'll tell him, I'm like, why you think it's that way? And he'd be like, because I look like my mom, because I look like my mother. Exactly. So don't do my grandson and daughter dirty. You better get somebody better looking than you. So anyway, he showed me, but somebody he was hanging out with that was better looking than him. And I'm like, all right, yeah, you can take the car. What's going on to the Rise Podcast? Senior in the building. What's going on, bro?
What's up, now? How you feeling?
Man, I can't complain, man. Up on Saturday, bumping my lips. What's going on with you, brother?
Man, listen, I just want to say thank you, man. I appreciate all the support, man, and your due diligence. So you coming on every morning, because you definitely get me through the morning every day.
Oh, that's what's up.
7 days a week. That's a lot for now.
Yay, man.
That's a lot. I was trying to get Squeeze on here with me, but he a little under the weather right now, man. I talked to him yesterday, checking on him. He sound horrible.
Oh, hey, man, it's all right, man. I was like that too. Nah, man, it's good, man. And plus, I'm just happy you guys, you know what the deal is, man. We ain't letting all that stuff slide, dog. You know what I mean? We just so you know, dude, I got a little bit of a vindictive spirit, bro. When cats be trying to make a slide, dog, I'll come right behind. I'll come right behind and try to make sure everybody know, dog. Let's keep that.
What's up, for not?
I'm good. What's going on, little man?
I always watch your podcast, man.
That's what's up, man. You throw hands too?
Yeah.
That's the one I sent you the video of.
Oh, are you okay? Yeah. All right,
that's Junior.
I put them hands on him, man. You talk all that smack, I'm gonna beat you up in that ring.
Yes, sir.
Like Devin Haney.
What'd you say?
I knocked Devin Haney out.
Dog, they got little. You heard him, Bill, because I know you're listening, Bill. You hear you got little kids in the Upton gym about to whoop up on Dev. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Hey, so what's your best combo?
Keep calling out my brother. Call out me.
Yeah. That's what's.
Put some respect on my name. Put some respect on my name.
That's all respect, man. That's what's up.
And I'm a street sporter. What is you talking about? For no.
What sports you play?
basketball, football, and boxing.
You heard it from him. I don't gotta say it. Woo!
Oh, he definitely. I like that personality, man.
That boy got nothing but man. He got basketball. That's why I already tell you, I just jumped on just to say what's up because I see the people talk about we never on here, so I wanted to come through. He got a basketball game today in like 45 minutes.
Oh, what position he played? He
played back. He played. They only in 7th, 8th, so it's not like really positions. It's just like
more.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he made the All-Star. He made the All-Star team. He playing the All-Star game tomorrow.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So I can't wait to. He's got the amateur tournaments. What's his amateur schedule?
So he turns 8 in June. And remember, I was telling you the bullet in Coach Calvin card, the big pro-am show that they putting on.
Yeah.
Since they had to reschedule it because of the Ryan fight, they're gonna try to get him on that his first fight be on that card right there.
That's what's up, man.
Amateur fight, yeah.
That's what's up, man. But he been praying. But how long you been having him in the gym?
Since he was 5.
Wow. So you do have him not whooping up people at school though, right?
Man, listen. Listen, it's tough with him. It's tough because you see his personality.
Yeah,
so
he get
plays a lot, but you know what I mean. And he light skin, so kids try him. But you know what I mean, like, and he's like aggressive 7-year-old. So I like boys to be boys, but some the parents get in the middle, and I'm like, man, I would tell your son to hit my son. Like I want the boys to be boys. Boys supposed to. That's what they do. Rumble, wrestle, play. So sometimes the parents just take it too far.
Oh yeah. Hey man.
You know what I mean? But most of the part, no, he's a good student for the most part, but he's aggressive.
Yeah, that's what counts, man. But hey, man, better. Man, and you a big dude, man. So he's probably gonna be a big dude, huh?
Man, Coach Calvin keeps saying he's gonna be a heavyweight. He think he's gonna be a heavyweight.
Yeah, because I seen pictures of you, man. What are you about 6'2"?
6'2", yep.
Yeah. Because I saw you standing next to somebody. I was like, man, or Amanda Serrano. I think it was Amanda Serrano. Did you take a picture of Amanda Serrano?
Yeah, Amanda Serrano. Yeah. When we was at the fight last week.
Yeah, I checked you out with Amanda Serrano, man. That's what's up, man. Good thing y'all doing out there, man. Thanks for coming on, man. I ain't gonna hold you up. Now let you get back to that game.
No, man, I appreciate it for now. We definitely gotta set something up where me and Squeeze come through. Because
man, for sure.
You be rocking that smoothie cake right back at you.
Smoothie right back at you. That's my dude, man. I like him, dog. I like him, man. Yeah, we got to get y'all and Bill on the channel, man. Bill don't like me, man, but we got to get y'all and Bill on back on it. Hey, y'all got to give me that special. You got to give me that good old fashioned Coach Calvin, Bill type. Even though I think he may be done with that.
Listen. I really don't got time for it because I mean, like. What they on? I ain't got time for it for now. Like it's too much. It's a point where some things the back and forth is cool, but when you go too deep, it's like, come on, Slim. Like now you out of bounds, you out of pocket, you out of line. So I mean,
yeah. Oh, by the way, if y'all don't know, y'all got to subscribe to the Rise podcast. The gym that you see right behind him is Upton Gym. That's where Gervonta Davis trains. These are the trainers for the trainer in the camp of Gervonta Davis. So this is, just so y'all know who you're talking about. This is Upton Boxing Gym for anybody that didn't know. So Rise, if you see just go to the channel, go check out the Rise podcast channel, subscribe to the Rise podcast. And when you do, make sure y'all go support because they are really about the youth. So they have a lot of stuff and a lot of programming for kids in the inner city in Baltimore. And that's one of the roughest spots that you got.
Right. Coach Calvin and Coach Kenny at the silver gloves right now with the kids, man.
Where?
They have silver gloves right now. Right now, they have silver gloves, man. Like Coach Calvin and Coach Kenny, they tear that road apart, man. Like from the pros to the amateurs, like, man, listen. How they find the energy and the time, I don't know, but they deserve every accolade and accomplishment they get.
Yes, sir, bro. All right, man. Thank
you,
man.
Mom, I gotta update this picture too because Coach Calvin and Coach Kenny on this picture too. I gotta update it.
Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, spread that out, man, or move it over there so they can see the Upton Gym to the right of your head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or however you do it, bro. But it's all good, man. I appreciate you, brother.
No problem. Thank you. For now, you gotta make sure you come to the Bill, not the Bullet and Calvin card that we're gonna have.
Okay, yeah. You got my do you have my you got my email? Look, watch this. Can you see the private chat?
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
Hit private chat.
All right. I think you got my. I can give you mine. I'm not.
No, watch this. Watch.
Something just happened. Oh.
Can you see it in the private chat?
Not yet.
That.
There you go. I got it. It just jumped in. Okay.
Yeah, just take that. Yeah, take that information down and just call me.
Okay.
Hit me with a text. Hit me with a text, and then when I go to Baltimore, because I'm actually gonna be there twice. I'm gonna be there in April and in May. I'm gonna be in DC in April and May, and that's what about 40. It's not very far. How long is it? 45?
Yeah, like 30, 40 minutes, depending on who's driving.
Yeah. Like 34 minutes. I may just take the trip down there and go check out the gym.
All right, no problem. Let me know.
Yeah, I don't come with cameras though. I'm just gonna come to holler at
you. You fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just gotta let people know that, man. When I'll go to gyms and all that stuff. I like going there, but I don't really do, I don't really do the gym interviews and get all that stuff, man. You know what I mean? But yeah. So that's what's up. And by the way, man, I don't know if you guys ever did get with Ashley's corner or not.
Ashley's corner. Yeah. I talked. We got something we're working on to try to get to her soon. It's just a lot been going on right now.
Oh, that's all good, man. I just wanted to check up for her.
Yeah, no, we got it. We got it,
bro. We'll
get back. Appreciate you, Fernando. I check in. I finished watching, and I see you tomorrow.
All right, man. That's what's up, man. Peace.
All right.
Oh yeah, is that just so y'all know that is Gervonta Davis. That's Gervonta Davis's camp. So we ain't good people over there, man. Real good. Hey, Fanon, would you be rolling in an 83 Silverado? Nah, man. Nah, dog. I'm talking about nothing that ain't German, bro. Let me put it this way. German. That's if it wasn't German, we weren't really touching it. That's what I'll put it that way. My partner in crime, Senior. Yes, sir. Much love in that super chat, bro. And my man, go down here to Stone Alone in the building. He said, Fanon, blessings, my brother. A. Grayson, a wrench. Oh, yeah, man. Y'all ain't done this in a while. A. Grayson, man. Put that, put the comment at the bottom, man. And John Bowie back at you. Right back at you. Fanon is a Debo and his son, Red sharing the bike. Hey, dog. No, man. My son is that's my partner right there, dog. John Boy said, tell Fanon the truth about Coach Squeeze. He's suffering from depression because I went too far. Did you? Oh, are you talking about? Oh, dude, he don't like the fact that man ducked, bro. Say Coach Squeeze don't need to come around me because I'm gonna make him ask, hey, he ducked, right? Like, because Coach Squeeze riding with Terence Crawford. You know what I mean? Fanon got a 64 Impala with the cube. Nah, bro. I had that 750 Beamer. Nah, bro. I had the 750 Beamer. Yeah, the Benz, the Beamer. We was messing with the Benz. He was big on the Benzes, the Beamers, the Porsches, and Ferraris. That man, when that man pulled that Ferrari out, I was like, wow. And then, but he wouldn't. I never got to drive that one. I got to drive I like Vipers. The only American one was really the Vipers. Something like that. Yeah, like the Vipers. Fanon, Thomas Hill, get a wrench if possible. Yeah, for sure. There's two. Let me get to Thomas Hill. Yeah, and there I forget the other name that quick. Y'all couldn't put that name. Let me get Thomas Hill. Hold on one second. Let me get Thomas Hill. Thomas Hill, add moderator. All right, we got Thomas Hill. And then my man, Stone Alone. Who you say again? Who you say, Stone Alone? King Grayson. Okay, yeah, King Grayson. Hey, y'all put King Grayson. Oh yeah, man. Hey, man, go follow my man on Instagram too. Hey, driving. Sorry, can't respond. Have a great day. Yes, sir. You have a great day too, bro. That's what's up, man. Thank you for that support, John Boy. As always, the big supporter of the channel. And make sure y'all go click. Here's Junior's Instagram if you want to check him out. Make sure y'all go click that and follow Junior. Man, I don't want no smoke with that kid, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, that dude is on go, man. That little kid is on go. That little dude is on go. Come on, eyes in the building. What's going on, man? Come on. Come on. I saw you and you jumped on, you jumped off. I see your hello?
But do you hear me?
Nah, I can. Yes, sir. What's on your mind today, brother?
Yeah, I just want to say if you could do a video on Teofimo and his father trashing Gervonta Davis and his resume, to me, that's just like the height of hypocrisy with the way those dudes are moving. Teo is ass. I mean, he got a gift decision over Sandor Martin, ducked Regis Prograis after saying that that's the fight that he wanted. And then to talk about someone who's selling tickets, who outside of Errol Spence is like from 140 down is the biggest draw in boxing, and probably one of the biggest draws period in boxing. And to talk about this guy's opposition level when Gervonta's fighting dudes who are coming off good performances. He's not like a Canelo that's fighting guys who are looking kind of sus, only fighting Golovkin when Danny Jacobs exposes him, only fighting Bivol when Bivol looks lethargic and is against workmanlike competition and gets surprised. For Teofimo and his dad to talk about they don't know the guys' names. Hector Garcia beating Lil B-Hop the way he did from pillar to post, man. It's just unthinkable. And then I don't know if you caught this in the news, but Ivana Habasine and Michaela Mayer were talking about how Eddie Hearn's his speech about paying women was not necessarily the truth, that they've been getting underpaid. And Alicia Baumgartner may have to go to ESPN because Eddie Hearns is not matching what his mouth is saying. His actions aren't matching that. And so I guess all the money's going to Canelo. They pretty much exited the American marketing scene with just a few cards here in America. And again, corporate media is not covering that. But again, that's just something for another day. All right, Fanon, that's all I got out.
All right. Oh, man, he's quick, man. Maybe on and off. I was about to talk about that. Man, Teofimo Lopez just be talking. John Boy said, I have to publicly apologize to Coach Squeeze and Timothy. I got them both in depression, but I love them to death. Yeah, that's what's up, man. John Boy, much love in that super chat. Coach Squeeze be all right. Man, those dudes are good dudes, man. Oh, as far as Teofimo, let me talk on Teofimo Lopez right now, man. But because here's the thing about Teofimo Lopez. I don't know his dad. But do they just talk out the side of their neck and literally, man, make some of the dumbest decisions? They would cut off their own nose, spite their face. You know what I mean? Like Teofimo Lopez, dude, you lost to George Kambosos, man. Stop. You can talk about somebody's resume, bro, but yours on your resume is a loss to George Kambosos. And he falls under the category of nobody. Last time I checked, I'm not doing all this revisionist history on George Kambosos. George Cam who? Like George Cam, like who are you talking about? You beat Richard Comey. He did beat Vasily Lomachenko. He got Vasily Lomachenko. But then you turned around and lost to George Kambosos. You got there, but you couldn't maintain. You got there and couldn't maintain. So what are you talking about? And to boot, none of these dudes are big names. None of them. That's the thing that makes that I find, like, if I was Gervonta, that's what I would take personally. Like, dude, none of you dudes are big names. None of you have done it. None of you. None of them have the fan base that Gervonta Davis has. None of them. And the only one out of those guys that act like they know that is Shakur Stevenson. He's the only one that I don't know where is the only one that acts that really acts like he understands that is dealing in reality. Teofimo Lopez, first of all, Devin Haney ain't no bigger than Teofimo Lopez. And Teofimo Lopez ain't anywhere, even though he won, still ain't bigger than Lomachenko. And ain't none of them that much, none of them are any bigger than Shakur Stevenson. It is a, like, who can I say this? It's like none of them are as big as Danny Garcia. Like they're all like, God, who I compare them to in the welterweight division. They're not even on Keith. I don't even know if they're Keith Thurman's. Like, maybe they're Sean Porter's. Like, yeah, they're all like Sean Porter's. They're all like Sean Porter's. None of them have a fan base significantly bigger than Sean Porter. Like, maybe Teofimo Lopez. And I don't even think Teofimo Lopez, because he's from Ecuador. None of y'all are Mexican like Ryan or Mexican American. So you're not bringing that fan base in. None of you. So to me, it's like, you guys are good fighters. None of you have beaten anybody, but except for Devin, the situation. But Devin wants to fight everybody. Like, that's literally what they have. They have narratives. Like, that's their toolbox. Their toolbox is their narrative. Well, Devin hasn't fought good competition anyway, but he wanted to. You know what I mean? To me, none of those dudes, like, if I was Gervonta, I was like, look, man, you all need to just get up, man, for real. Dude, you just don't have it. You act like you got it, but you don't have it. You do have those belts, though. You have those belts. But what do you have to do to get the belts? What's the key to getting the belts? The key to getting the belts at 135 is to be promoted by Bob Arum. Because everybody that has one for a while now, have in that weight class have been with Bob Arum. Lomachenko, ever since Mikey Garcia left that weight division, all of those belts have been held by somebody at Top Rank, or at the very least fighting on top rank cards, from Jorge Linares to Jose Pedraza, Richard Comey, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, Vasily Lomachenko, all of them. And then when Devin got it, Devin had to leave Top Rank to go had to leave Matchroom to go get it. The only one that upset the apple cart was George Kambosos. And then George Kambosos could have went to either one, but DAZN wouldn't buy the fight. So to me, like, if you really look at the scenario, man, just Teofimo, cut it out, man. You got a good promoter. That's the number one weapon you have, is you have a top of the line promoter. Bob, the reason that he has the popularity that he has and the things that he has is because of Bob Arum and opportunities that he got because he signed with Bob Arum. And everybody knows that if you want to get championships quickly, if you want to get an opportunity to the title fast, that's what you're going to get when you go to Top Rank. With Top Rank, if you're an Olympian or somebody like that, you're going to get televised very quickly. You're going to get shots at the championship that you can win quickly, because Bob Arum, the matchmakers, they got a lot of fighters, so they're going to be able to matchmake you. They're going to be able to get you to fights that are going to get and they're going to put you on the ESPN platform, and then they're going to build your name on ESPN, so that fans that watch ESPN, because it's the biggest sports network, are going to know who you are. That's what they do. Over there on the PBC, you're going to have to fight a lot of tough guys nobody ever heard of. Like what happened to Chris Colbert when he ran into Hector Garcia, or what happens to anybody that runs into Gary Antoine Russell, or and he has to fight guys like Ramses Bartholomew and Victor Postal, and you have guys like they don't want to report that about what Adrian Bronner said, where he was like, "Look, man, yeah, they would pay me the money, but they want me to fight Godzilla to get the money." Yeah, top at ES, when you're with the PBC, like look at Errol Spence, who Errol Spence had to fight. Those are all Hall of Fame fighters. Tim Bradley gets into the Hall of Fame, partner. So does Keith Thurman. So does Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, and Danny Garcia, Sean Porter. They both go there. Lamont Peterson, I think, is a good shot. Should have a good shot for it. Seeing as you letting certain other people in the building. RJ Amar said, Tio is famous for more for do I still have it? Oh, he's famous for saying, do I still have it? Yeah, he's on that wild. He was on the wildness for that comment, for that statement, man. So yeah, man, that's my take on Teofimo. But I'm not a big fan of I did like Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez's father is just pretty much the same as a lot of, like, they got a lot of corny dads, like a lot of corny dads, bro. Like, for real, like dudes that are like, man, just like, that's why I like Errol Sr., man. Like, you hear very little from him. He's right there in the corner, is definitely part of Errol Spence Jr.'s team, and you hear almost nothing from him. Almost nothing. Like, even I like Ryan Garcia's dad. Ryan Garcia's dad will talk a little bit, but Ryan Garcia's dad ain't all out of pocket doing all that stuff that Teofimo Lopez Sr. does. And like what you just heard where those guys were saying about Devin and Ryan, dude, when people talk like that, they're more than likely, man, they're going to be like looking at you like, dude, I'm not going to even get a payday. Because you just take it too far. And like with me, Teofimo Lopez's dad took it somewhere, and I'm like, dude, I didn't say anything bad about Teofimo Lopez. Nothing. You had a bunch of people, Devin Haney fans, talking about how Teofimo Lopez was ducking. I wound up getting attacked by the Devin Haney fans because I say I don't see him ducking. If he fights Lomachenko for the championship, how's that a duck? I never bought the line, the line, just any willy-nilly line that Devin Haney, somebody's ducking Devin Haney, because they say it so much that I literally got to do research before I will say it. Because like I said, I'm not into it. I'm telling you. Yeah, he sold himself greater than he was actually worth, Thomas Hill. And I think the reality of things have had a gravitational pull on his mental merch. Oh, that's you guys. That whole group, Lopez, Haney, Shakur, they all wear skinny jeans. F them. Now, I like Shakur. Shakur's camp reminds me of Jaron Ennis's camp. In fact, they would be better. Like, that's what Shakur needs. Shakur needs like somebody like a YSM Sports Media in Houston. Even though he's training in Houston, he should probably be training in Jersey. I know he probably wants to be out there, but like, I think that that channel, YSM Sports Media, does a lot for Jaron Ennis. I think Shakur Stevenson needs that. They need somebody in that gym, taping him, working out, asking him questions, asking people in his gym questions, and doing all that kind of stuff and getting content out for him, right? I think that would do a world of good for Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson right now is pretty much on Twitter. And, it is what it is really with that. The whole group of young fighters spends more time on social media acting like teenage girls and fighting. Look, I am not a big fan of any of that. I'm not a big fan of any of that, bro. Hey, Cameron Renfro with the big love in the chat. Thank you, brother. He's Fanon. Have you seen a bigger decline in the status? Have you seen a bigger decline in status like Josh Taylor? Ooh, yeah. You talking about in boxing? A bigger decline in status than him. Not for anybody that hasn't lost a fight. You know, Josh Taylor, I think Josh Taylor ran into it with BLK Prime. I think he ran into it with BLK Prime. But Josh Taylor, quite honestly, is a jerk. So, you know, it is what it is. Like, I'm not a fan of all of jerk. I like Josh Taylor as a fighter, but Josh Taylor as a person is a jerk. So, you know, it definitely hurt that dropping all those belts hurt, as well as did the fight that he had with God, what is his name? Jack Cottrell. Jack Cottrell. But yeah, some other people have had big hurt, really got slapped, bro. Really, some people really got slapped. Oh geez, come on, man. Stop it, bro. Comes this dude again. All right. Oh my God. Let me put my pelvic shield on. Here comes King. John Boy says Soldier Slim, Bud ass coward. Hey man, he definitely did duck, bro. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you for that support, man. Timmy Chips said, man, bro, I watched Jaron in his old fights and all that, and only yesterday his official channel finally popped up on my feed. You talking about YSM Sports Media? I don't know if that's his official channel or not. Man, I don't understand what this is with this guy, man. Like, I don't understand what's wrong with you, bro. Like, YouTube needs to do something. YouTube really needs to do something about y'all, man. like really needs to do something about you, man. Most definitely found he had a Peking duck at the business meeting on Showtime. Yeah, I mean, he just is what he is, man. We can get back to Terence Crawford a little bit, man. I want to see him go ahead and do what you said you were going to do. That's me. Go ahead and do what you said you were going to do. YSM's been around before Jaron got popular. That's how I saw. That's where I kind of started watching him. Jaron Ennis has his own official YouTube channel under his name. Never works. Never works. I've yet to see that work. Yet to see it. That takes more energy than he has. And it's only one topic. Those type of things really don't work. That's from what I've observed, it really doesn't work. Unless you can do unless you got somebody like Rachel. Like, if you got somebody on there like Rachel that can go live and can go to other channels and do that with you on a regular basis, like that's working. The best thing that I've seen, best channel I've seen like that is Rachel and Nonito and Rachel's channel. Or because they're going to go out and get on channels and talk to people and do all of that stuff. And the Porter podcast too. WELTERWEIGHT podcast as well. You know, when he was closer to retirement. Jaron, but thanks, man. I didn't know that. I'll subscribe though. Great production though. Yeah, and it costs money. The overly produced stuff, you're not gonna pay all that money, dude. Anyway, like, I could be a YouTube consultant for some people. Don't spend a lot of money, man. Don't spend a lot of money. Like, don't spend a lot of money. Don't hire some big production crew to follow you around and do all this taping for you. Don't do that stuff, man. Because it costs too much money, man. And on top of it, people ain't really tripping like that. Really, get a camera, a mic, do some live streams, give your opinions out on different fights. And yeah, you could do that for sure while you fight. You know what I mean? You could do that. What he said, Porter's is whack, took a dive. Why you say that, man? Porter's just politically correct, bro. I like ringside with the Lions. I've not seen it. I haven't really paid attention to. You talking about like the Charlo brothers? Yeah, Beyond the Ring. Yeah, I enjoy their channel. Yeah, but anyway, man, like I said, y'all do you. What do I know? And I mean it. What do I know? I don't know everything. So y'all got to do what you do. I'll do what I do. I'm still trying to figure this game out myself. Still trying to figure out this game myself. I will tell you this though, y'all support is most definitely what allows the channel to continue. So thank you to everybody that is supported in the super chat and supported in the Cash App today. You all mean a lot to the channel. And hold on 1 second. Because he winked to his dad to throw in the towel. Oh, yeah, y'all. Hey, he definitely did wink. He definitely did wink. Like, we got that money. All right, let's go. It is what it is, though. John Boy just mentions his affinity for certain kinds of pheasants. But look, man, here's a link for anybody who want to get on a rap with me, man. But like I said, man, it's funny. All my dreams of debates have gone away. All my dreams. But yeah, bro, I've seen some things. I've seen some things, man. I've seen some crashing and burning, brother. I'm trying so hard not to crash and burn. Boy, not all good money is. Man. Angel Garcia, T.O. Dad, all of them need to be popped in the mouth. I mean, look, bro, let me tell you what's going to happen, man. When them dudes lose, man, it's going to be real funny, bro. It's going to be real funny. I hope y'all got some real, that's going to tell you you're real fans, man. Just like, by the way, y'all doing Deontay Wilder dirty on those 77,000 pay-per-view buys, bro. Oh, man, Matty Yo, bro. This is my guy, man, Matty Yo, man. Hi, my best YouTube fam. What is going on, Matty Yo, bro? Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for that support, bro. Thank you so much for that support, bro. Angel Garcia and T.O.'s. And now Angel Garcia, first of all, Angel Garcia's dad is a funny guy. Teofimo Lopez's dad just talking all. I don't like him because he's talking crazy about me. And I'm like, dude, I never said anything about Tio. Ever. Like, you just started, like, for real, this dude, Teofimo Sr. literally started going in on me when I had never said a bad word about Teofimo Lopez. Those are the type of guys that I don't like, that I don't appreciate it. Like, I literally have never said, at a point, I had never, dude, Crystal Rose Rogers, Fanon Wilder really did 77. Look, man, that came from Rick Glazier. The same Rick Glazier that after that told you that Gervonta Davis did 61,000. So, man, I don't take any of those numbers seriously. Don't take any of those numbers seriously, man. Though that dude is the biggest, man, that dude has absolutely no credibility whatsoever. None. And you literally got people out there talking to this dude like, dude, are you that desperate? Like, for real, you don't think that clown has to come to my channel? I was like, dude, I got the same email y'all bozos got. Hey, I'm a boxing insider. Do you want to would you like for me to come on your channel? And I went to delete. No, I don't. Delete. Absolutely, positively, I do not want you on my channel. Why would I? Because, dude, you're going to be out here making stories. I don't want somebody out here making stories. And I'm going to, no, thank you. Not interested at all. No, thank you. Your view, those views, first of all, I already get the views. But second of all, I don't want anybody that really supports you around me. Because the second I say something that they don't like, boom, they're going to come calling you everything but your mama out your name, man. I'm telling you, it is better to stay in your community and tell the truth about your community within your community. Going over to that side where those guys ain't nothing but a bunch of trolls, bro. Like, and don't tell me y'all ain't got personal agendas and all that. People out here talking about how Stevie Fulton Jr. how Al Heyman had to be forced to get a fight done, to make that fight between Monster and Stevie Fulton Jr. And Stevie Fulton Jr. comes out and says, look, man, like, he's laughing at first, then he gets dead serious, like flips a script real quick. Like, I don't even believe his smile. Like, I think that dude is a little more, I think he got a little bit more, nasty to him then that smile may let on. But he comes out. Fanon, I think Rick Glazier said he's been vindicated for the 61,000 claim by who? Nobody. Absolutely nobody. Absolutely nobody. Because Showtime, dude, first of all, what Steven Espinosa said was that the fight did a little less than 250,000, but it did not do 200,000 cable buys. Cable buys. Did not do 200 cable, less than 200 cable buys. 200,000 cable buys. That's what it sounded like he said to me, because they were talking about how many pay-per-views. He said a slightly less than 250,000. And then they started talking about the 61,000, and he said that the 61,000 was ridiculous. And that the pay-per-views are far less, the cable pay-per-views are far less than 50%. And then he said, hold on one second. All right, sorry about that. BK says something that he says you're like the Wendy Williams of podcasts. What is that? What do you mean by that? Would you like to hit the link? Would you like to click that link? The Wendy, this is not even a podcast, but thank you for your money. Appreciate you. What's going on, upper echelon?
Shalom, King Shalom, man.
Yes, sir. What's good?
I want to know what he meant by that Wendy Williams, because Wendy Williams was always about that bull crap and about controversy and about a lot of rumors that don't be subjugated all the time.
That's what he's saying, I guess. I don't know. I don't watch. First of all, I don't watch Wendy Williams, so I don't know what kind of dude is sitting there and watching that chick. However,
I remember all
he say whatever you want to say, man. That's let me see something. Go ahead, man. What are you talking about, man? Screw that dude. Thank you for the money, bro.
Oh yeah. I'm just looking at the landscape right now, boy. We in for a treat. PBC is treating us real well right now, and I'm starting to appreciate it a little bit, because that Caleb Plant and Benavidez, that card is stacked. And the way they're trying to stack that Javante card is looking good as well. And then we got the Fulton fights coming up. Like, they're giving us fights each week. Each month, that's looking pretty good. And I also heard that the Deontay Wilder, it was between 235 and 215K. That's what they were saying. It was in between there. It was under 250. It was roughly around 235 to 215, somewhere in between there. But I feel like if you get 200K for a pay-per-view, that's a win anyway. Like, that's more than you're gonna make off of doing it cable anyway. Because 200,000 a fight, 200,000 pay-per-views for a fight, that's, you gotta look at it like 100,000. That's roughly around 7-8 million. So 200,000, that's about 16 million plus the gate. So splitting 20 million between two fighters and them right there, that's still a win. That's more than most people get their regular guarantees of 3 and 4 million. So if they can do that right there, that's a win. Plus, with the way that they set up with everybody with LLCs, they don't have no overhead like Top Rank, The Zone, and Golden Boy. Because, see, everybody's their own marketer. Everybody's their own business. Like, you got Tom Brown Promotions. You got all them different promotions that set up to do certain jobs. So they all get paid. So when it's not no fight, they're not getting paid. So it's no overhead. So that's a win each time. So people don't understand business logistics. But
Go ahead. Go ahead, man. I'm listening. I'm just doing the math real quick.
yeah, but James Toney, boy, he has it out for Errol Spence. I used to sit back and wonder why these old fighters have it out for Errol Spence. And then I noticed it's not just Errol Spence. They have it out for PBC fighters. And then I realized probably the reason why they got mad about it and why they get mad. Because, see, PBC, they set a precedence. They set a fact where fighters are now getting the back end money. They're getting the promotional money. They're getting all their coins when they're fighting. And see, a lot of these older fighters, they did a lot of fighting and they didn't get half the money that these young boys at PBC fighting. Because, you know, the promoters was usually getting that money. That's why they tried to sue Al Heyman, because Al Heyman made it where the fighters are getting paid exuberant amounts now. They're getting nearly their worth. They're getting their worth now. And see, a lot of these older fighters that had a lot more fights, you see a lot of them, they got to make exhibition fights and stuff because they're not rich right now. Like James Toney net worth right now is between 1.5 and 2 million. He fought damn near 90 times. And that's his net worth right now. But see, PBC fighters, you see they're making their money in the fights. Plus, they can retire with their brains still in proper function. Because blunt force trauma is what you get every time you fight. People don't realize fighting is not a sport. It's gladiators. It's brutal. Like, you fighting for your life every time you're in that ring. Anytime you in there, one shot can take your lights out at any given time. And so I don't have no problem with fighters getting their money. But see, the hate is from the older fighters that wasn't able to generate the money that these younger fighters are getting. And Errol, he's the big fish. He's the big ticket right now. And I see that's the reason why he's garnering so much hate. Because you can't hate on his resume or the people that he fought. Because the man took step-up fights ever since his 9th fight when he fought Emmanuel Arte, who was 15-0. Like, he's been in Phil Greco, who was 26-1. Sammy Vargas, he only had 1 loss. And then Kell Brook, 36-1. Leonard Bundu, 33-1. Like, Errol Spence was stepping it up each time. And then he got Lamont Peterson, 35-3. Like, the man, he's a product of a developed fighter instead of these built fighters. He's developed and increased his skills each time he goes along. That which made him a more complete fighter. Stuff that he lacked in, he accomplished and fought fighters that excelled in the areas that he was weakest at. That's what makes him more complete. And other fighters see that, and these old people just hating on it, man. And it's no cause for it. Just like it's no cause for Deontay Wilder's hate. Oh, he's not a fighter. He can't do this, but he wins. Like, they hating on winners that's getting money right now, and I don't see nothing about it. But, you know, I guess that's the way the world's going to be when you accomplish and you winning. I guess if you ain't got people talking about you, then you ain't winning, right?
Hey, man, I will say this: like, if they don't like you, winning ain't gonna make them like you. So if I think they just trying to find a way to get a win because they can't get a win in the ring, like they just that's what I see. Like they want, as far as the PBC stuff goes. Though they have been around for a very long time, and I mean at this point in time, I don't remember exactly when they came in, but just say it was around, from the time Floyd Mayweather Jr. had Mayweather Promotions. So from the time he left,
at least 10 years.
From the time that he left Top Rank to now, you've had people that wanted to see those guys fail. And Golden Boy Promotions was doing very, very well. They were looked at a point in time, they were bigger. They looked like they were bigger and had more fights.
They was it until Oscar mishandled the bag. And then people had to get up out of there. Golden Boy was the elite. That's where everybody was at. And that's why he tried to accuse Al Heyman and Schaefer for taking all his fighters. No, you just lost your fighters because you wasn't giving them the respect and you wasn't even trying to manage them correctly. Like, you had a uncharted diamond mine and you chose not to even mine for the daggone Draconiums. Like, you don't even want to
Hey, Upper Sean, let me finish my point, bro. You cut me off.
Oh, I'm sorry, my brother. Go ahead.
Hey, no worries, man. Let me finish. Let me finish the point. My point was that if you don't really have, like, I I think you still have just the basic division in boxing that takes place. What's going on, everything boxing? You have a basic division that takes place in boxing, and people may not like. It's very, very. I don't want to use the word. It's very community based. Like people can say it's racial, but it's very community based. You have black boxers. You've got Mexican fighters. You definitely see it when you're talking about UK fighters, right? Those are different fan bases. There are fan bases in boxing. People who are fan from the United States are generally, as far as the fighters that they like to talk about and the fighters that they're interested in Black American fighters by and large. Like if I had to ask most people in America who their favorite fighters are in America, Americans in America, they're going to say things like it's going to depend by and large based on what demographic they're in. They would say, okay, I like Oscar De La Hoya. The people that really like Canelo probably really liked Oscar. Really, probably some of them are really looking forward to Ryan Garcia, right? People who like Floyd Mayweather Jr. would like Terence Crawford, or like Errol Spence Jr., or they like Deontay Wilder. It's the same fan bases. So it's like the one thing that stays consistent in boxing over the course of the 40 years that I've watched boxing are the fan bases themselves, right? Similarly, in music, you still have the same people that like Black music are the children of people whose parents like Black music, right? The people who like country music, there are their kids of people who like country music. Everything comes from the fan base first. So where you have Showtime, who caters towards two fan bases. They cater towards Black Americans as a fan base, and they cater towards Mexican and Hispanics as a fan base. You have top Oscar De La Hoya, who caters towards Mexicans as a fan base, Mexican Americans and Mexicans as a fan base. And then you have Top Rank, which is a bit of a hodgepodge, but they went very heavily for a while in the direction of Eastern European fighters, right? I think that's kind of fell off a little bit, but I think that's really where you see it, and everything starts there. And from that fan base, you have people that start seeing the world through those lenses, and they look at everything that another fan base does through the lenses of the opposition, right? Those are the people, and I think you consistently see that. So you have guys like Rick Glazier, and you have other people that cater to that. They are catering to a legitimate need. They're catering to the need of people that see Black American fighters as the opposition. And you'll every once in a while, like, notice that when everything's said and done and these guys are dead, though they were great fighters. Oh, Sugar Ray Robinson, that was a great fighter. And then, back in the day. Yeah, back in the day when you weren't here. You know what I mean? But today, I can tell you who they're going to support and who they're not going to support well beforehand. They're not going to support Gary Antoine Russell and what Gary Antoine Russell wants to achieve. They're not going to do it. They're not going to support. They're not going to. If a fighter signs with Al Heyman for one fight, like take Manny Pacquiao, they're going to be silent on Manny Pacquiao. If Canelo Alvarez comes and fights Caleb Plant on it, all of a sudden it's Canelo did 750,000, 800,000 pay-per-views. It wasn't the PBC, even though the PBC put on that fight. And PBC got Canelo and offered one of their best young fighters to make that fight. And that's the biggest pay-per-view that there's been in several years.
Floyd. Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm saying in several years. Exactly. It's the biggest pay-per-view that has taken place in the United States since Floyd Mayweather Jr. fought Conor McGregor. Or maybe they would say that it was, since maybe Gennady Golovkin won or Gennady Golovkin 2.
I think Wilder 2 did more, I think.
No, it did less. It did like between 650 and 700,000, and Canelo and them did between 700 and I think he said between 750 and 8.
It was like 10 million that got streamed.
Yeah, the Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury ones were in the 600s, but you still do not hear that is a PBC fight card. They will just move that off, similar to people saying, like, you got Devin Haney fans that say, well, yeah, oh no, Devin's a big draw. Why? Because he did 40,000 people in Australia. He didn't do 40,000 in Australia. George Kambosos did 40,000 in Australia, right? Jaron, Tyson Fury, if you think Tyson Fury did a $16 million gate, that was his gate, then bring Tyson Fury back to the United States and see if he gets another gate that big without Deontay. No, it was a combination. But yeah, I just one quick. John Boy said, mark up for missing a week. Love y'all. Be safe. Enjoy the fights tonight. Hey, thank you, brother. That's big time. Thank you. Be safe at the fights for now. Yes, sir. No doubt about it. Go ahead, bro, because I'm not gonna be on here too much longer.
First, let me say shalom to my boy Key, everything boxer. Shalom, Key. And I'm gonna end it like this. Floyd figured it out. They're not gonna love you. So it's best to thrive off their hate, because hell, you get more money off their hate than they love, because they are paid to try to see you lose. Like Floyd, everybody I know, they used to hated Floyd. They just wanted to see him lose. That's why they paid the money to see him lose. So if you can't get their love, I see it. Maybe you need to just thrive off their hate. The hate sells as well. Any publicity is publicity. If they're talking about you, they're talking about you. You feel me? That's how I feel. But yes, be safe at them fights tonight, man. And good luck, man. And shalom.
All right, man.
Blessings to everybody in the
Good
chat.
to see you at the hospital, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And blessings to everybody in the chat, man. God bless you.
All right. Get back with you, brother. Yes, sir. Hey, that's a good dude right there. What's going on? Manager Marty in the building, bro. It's funny. I saw you there. I was like, I know this dude. And I was like, it just took me. What's going on, Manager Marty?
I'm doing well, sir. I just wanted to, come on and just say what's up to you. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to all the viewers, man. I saw the title. I know I'm kind of late. Shout out to Everything Boxing. I think I saw him in the chat. Just wanted to stop in and say what's up to you, brother.
Yeah, that's what's up. So what you want to talk? What you want to speak on it about?
Well, I just I saw the title about Crawford fighting Charlo, and I think that he said he would fight Charlo.
Yes.
The issue that I have, and I've made this reference on my channel numerous times before, is that if Crawford really is going to fight Charlo, then he really has to fight Spence. And the reason why I say that is because if he doesn't fight Spence, I don't think he's going to fight Charlo. Why do I say that? Because to my understanding and to the fans' understanding, that Charlo and Spence have the same representation. So if Crawford goes on IG Live and say that Al Heyman tried to F him and he knew he was going to get F'd in the long run with the deal, then why would you go try to fight another fighter in a different weight class who's represented by the same Al Heyman in PBC? It makes no sense to me. Sounds like it's just propaganda.
Well, this is the reason that I put there. I'm not saying I said that's what he said he was going to do. So from just a boxing fan standpoint, I understand that there's all kind of issues with that. Like, for example, even them saying that he's going to spin the block with Errol and he's waiting and looking forward to get back in negotiations with him. I still think that pretty much falls around what you're saying is that, if you think he was going to screw you, why are you going to go back in negotiations with him? Don't get me wrong. I don't believe that he's going to fight Jermell Charlo. What I'm saying is that you said you were going to fight Jermell Charlo, just like you said you were going to fight Errol Spence. So since you're not fighting Errol Spence Jr., then okay, man. And since you say you're willing to spin the block and negotiate with Errol, then spin the block and negotiate with Jermell Charlo. Because because I'm just talking about from a fight fan point of view.
Yeah,
I don't know what else he's going to do if he does not fight Jaron. He doesn't fight if Errol doesn't come back down to 147, which I'm leaning towards thinking he's not coming back down. Once he goes to 154, I'm leaning towards him staying at 154 if I had to guess what was going to happen, because of the risk of going up in weight and coming back down in weight, and the fact that if you can't make the Terence Crawford fight, then you definitely are still going to be a problem. It's just you're going to be facing mandatories, right? You're going to be fighting for mandatories for belts you already got. So I just kind of see him staying there. But if Terence stays there, then what are you gonna get if he doesn't fight Jaron Ennis? If he doesn't fight Virgil Ortiz? You're just gonna have him holding on to a WBO belt and not a lot of exciting fights. That's kind of where I was coming from on it.
Yeah, that's a good point. You're absolutely correct. And I always tell people this, and I keep on saying this over and over, and it's very relevant to what you're saying, to piggyback off of what you're saying. This is why in this business, I keep on saying it, Fanon, you need good representation. I mean, you're only as good as your team in this business. And the reason why I'm alluding this to coincide with what you're saying is because let's say Terence Crawford, as we all know, he doesn't own his own promotional company and he doesn't have good representation, or maybe he lacked representation altogether, because he said on his IG Live that he go talk to, the big dogs and all of the executives on his own, right? On his own recognizance without representation. But when you have good representation, you understand that, your representation will basically build a 6-month, 8-month, 9-month, 12-month block for your fights. So you don't have to look at just one fight that you need to negotiate for and be all tossed, to and fro in the wind when you don't know if that fight's going to materialize or fall through. Look at what's happening now with Ryan Garcia. You got Golden Boy now saying, well, at least according to the guy, Mike Coppinger, well, if this fight don't happen with Ryan Garcia, we put a call into Regis Prograis. And why put a call in right now while you're in negotiations? Why put a call in now? That move should have happened 6 months ago. That move should have happened 9 months ago, because you have a 2 to 3 fight plan for Ryan Garcia. You see? So this is what having a good team is just so important, man. So important.
Yeah, that is interesting. Why? But I know why I think it's happening. I think they're playing I just think they're playing media games, because they said, hey, by the way, Art Man Boxing, I just put the link. It's in there, man. You can jump on, man. That's a really good point, man. You would think that they would know what they're going to do with him. What do you think about the Gervonta fight and all you've heard about that? And Ryan.
Well, that's a very good question, because last night on my live, I actually broke it down very, very simply. And if anybody want to hear more about it in depth, feel free to go on the channel. My video part was a little crappy because I made a mistake with the green screen. But other than that, the audio is there. The quality of the content there is there. And I'm going to allude to a little bit of it now. I think it's crazy that Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions is talking about having, I guess, quote unquote, the A-side portion of, the rematch clause in Ryan Garcia's favor if Ryan Garcia wins, with regards to the Zone being the lead network. I think that's entirely crazy. And I'm going to tell you why. Because being the A-side has nothing to do with the networks at this point. 2 reasons why. Number one, Tank Davis already has an exclusive deal, not through a promoter now. This is important. He has an exclusive deal with a network, sort of like Floyd Mayweather did when he had that 6 fight. What was that, like $100 and something million?
He has like 200 million. Something
yeah,
crazy.
It was a lot of money.
Fights.
Yeah, for 6 fights, right? He had an exclusive deal with Showtime. So Tank, I don't know what his numbers are, but my point is he has an exclusive deal with a network. So it's fair to say that Tank Davis can't just go on to fight on the Zone while he's in this multi-fight deal with the network, because he'll be in breach of contract. And point number 2, whatever De La Hoya wanted to do with regards to the Zone, he should be negotiating that right now. And what I mean by that is very simple. Instead of him talking about, hey, we'll fight on Showtime with Ryan Garcia, and then in a rematch, if Ryan Garcia wins, obviously there will be a rematch, but then I want everything to happen on the Zone. No, when you have a fight of this magnitude, with these 2 undefeated champions and warriors, what you got to do is you use the Zone as leverage to go into the deal. First fight, we ain't going to talk about the rematch yet. The first fight, and say, listen, I have a network behind me. My fighter that I'm promoting, he has a network behind him. And so what we need to do is do the same thing Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson did. Lennox Lewis had an exclusive deal with HBO. Mike Tyson had an exclusive deal with the promoter Don King, and Don King had an exclusive deal with Showtime. And so it's the same situation with De La Hoya. De La Hoya and Golden Boy have an exclusive deal with Ryan Garcia, but they also have an exclusive network deal with DAZN. So what you do is you have a co promotion with both of the networks. Like you got Steven Espinosa for Showtime representing Tank Davis, and I'm not sure who the executive over there at DAZN is, but you have those two executives come to the table and say, listen, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to do the same thing that Tyson Fury and Wilder did, the same thing that Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson did. Let the networks, that's how De La Hoya can use this as leverage. Let the networks come together and let them talk about how they're going to have a co-promotion of this event. And here's how you deal with the rematch clause. If Ryan Garcia wins, yes, there'll be a rematch clause, but we'll have DAZN have all of the rights to be able to produce and rebroadcast it on the on-demand feature on their platform and not Showtime. You understand? This is how you can make it happen, because Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson was the highest grossing pay-per-view in pay-per-view history. And guess who broke the record? Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather. So I'm saying all that to say De La Hoya should have enough intuition and wisdom to understand if me and Floyd can break someone else's record on a co-promotion, then I can use that same format to try to have, my fighter Ryan Garcia, break the bank and break numbers by having the two powerhouses of networks come together. And that's what I would do in the first fight now. We're not worried about no rematch yet. In the first fight now. But apparently, they're not even bringing it up. I would, if I was a promoter or if I was managing Ryan Garcia, I'd be knocking on De La Hoya's door. Listen, bro, this is how we're going to get the bag. This is how we're going to get wider exposure to a different type of audience over there at Showtime. I heard you talk about demographics for 9. So we're going to include all of the analytics when we talk about more exposure and the earning potential to basically make both fighters make a lot of money.
Yeah, I think the last thing that came out, well, there's two things came out, but I think they said that they were looking, the way they were going to work it out was making Oscar De La Hoya the lead promoter on a rematch if it took place. So I don't know if that really speaks to that. What's going on, Aaron? Aaron's another promoter, man. What's going on with your brother? How you feeling, man? Can't hear you, Aaron.
Hey, how you doing, fellas?
I'm good, man. I'm good. What's going on with you, sir?
I just wanted to jump in real quick, man, and commend Manager Marty on his live last night. He mentioned something I think is very important that the fans need to start considering, and that's it's a trait. It's not necessarily a trait, but it's definitely a tool that we need to use, and that's discernment. Manager Marty, you mentioned, when you mentioned that, it kind of highlights why fans have the perspective that they have, because we can fall into a boxer following a boxer more than we're following boxing. And so a lot of the things that we critique in wanting to see a specific fighter or a big fight with a specific fighter is because I think we get caught up sometimes in the actions of that fighter that may be against his own his own popularity and or his own success. And I appreciate you for saying that, because as a promoter in the music industry, most people don't really understand what it takes to put on an event. So they want the bigger fights, they want these things, but case in point, if the fighter doesn't have the representation like you just talked about, who are they dependent on to put up the funding for that event or for that fight? And every promoter I know, they're looking at the risk versus the reward. If the risk doesn't make sense, not only will they not do it, but they can't afford to do it.
Yep.
Because it only takes one major flop or failure. Now you have a promoter out of business. Now you have a boxer who doesn't have representation again. Or if that was if they had decent reputation before, that promoter takes that risk. Now they're both down. So it takes, I think, a real understanding. I'm not beating up on the fans. I just think the fans should spend a little more time trying to understand what does it really take to put on a big fight. If you don't, and really, if it were me, if I was a hater of the PBC, I would study them because they got to be doing something right. And the relationships that promoters make, I want people to understand we do not reach in our own pockets most of the time, unless we have a vested interest, maybe not with just the event, but other relationships that could grow into something bigger. We're not going to use our own money. I just want to make that very clear. So you can say Al Heyman and all these people running out of money all you want. I guarantee he's got enough relationships that they'll use their money on behalf of Al Heyman because his track record. Look at the man's track record. And I'm not saying he's the only promoter like that, but we I'm just saying we should just study that, because there's some things that anybody could be successful in. He's got a business model that works. And people that like it or don't like it, I mean, me personally, I'm using it. If I want to up my game as a promoter, I'm studying the people who are successful. It's really that simple. So just wanted to shout out to you, Manager Marty, and of course Fanon, man. Thank you for what you do.
Thanks, man.
I'm gonna say that in the chat, but I'm serious because it's an education for the fans that you can't. Where else can you go and get it?
I appreciate you, man. I'm just listening to a manager and promoter. I'm learning right with you. I'm learning with everybody else. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it.
It's
absolutely.
Where it's less like to that point that guy left that he left that comment about that Wendy Williams comment. Like my first reaction to that is, that is what YouTube is, man. There is a lot of that stuff. But in the middle of it, there's the real, there's the real business of it. There's the real, there's really things that if in the midst of all that stuff, people are saying that will really do real harm to real people. You know what I'm saying? So like to
Absolutely.
the extent, you can't just ignore it. That's like, I remember if y'all remember when, I'm sure you remember when Michael Jackson, the first time Michael Jackson paid that step aside, paid that money to quash that deal. They're like, just pay him the money, it'll go away. No, man, that if it wasn't true what he got accused of, and people just ran with it and ruined that man's life. So you got people who are like, you got a guy like Errol Spence, and you just say Errol Spence or Al Heyman. No, Al Heyman is probably better. Al Heyman is a real person that really got, that really has a business. And people are just running the man's name into the ground, making all kind of assumptions about him. You have guys that are calling like other fighters ducks and playing this game, especially this game that's been played lately, where it's like, hold on, man, you're going to say, oh, I accepted it. Like Oscar De La Hoya says, yeah, we accepted everything. That was before the Hector Garcia fight. Yeah, it's done. All we need is signatures. Then it shifts to, well, we don't have this rematch thing done. And then when they get the rematch thing done, then, oh, well, we've got a couple more issues here. And the whole time they know, in that whole conversation we're having about demographics, that there are a bunch of people that are just waiting to believe something bad about you. You know what I mean? Like the idea that an organization that's been in business, I think, just say 2013, right, for 9 or 10 years and have put the biggest fights on in boxing history is somehow a failure at the same time. Like that Showtime is not, like, they keep putting all these shows on pay-per-view, but for some reason they're not making any money. Like that doesn't make any sense. If it's failing and all these pay-per-views are flops and fails, if you define a failure as where somebody gets less than what they expected or they lost money, then how many organizations that's been around 20, 30 years continually doing the same thing that will continue to do the same thing, but yet it never works? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like saying you see somebody never leave their house and never go to the store, but they couldn't have any. They must have food in there. I'm sorry. Where'd you go? My bad. Did I kick you off? I didn't kick him off. You jumped off quick. But anyway, so yeah, man, I appreciate talking to y'all, man. I learned a lot. And Manager Marty, I'm sure you absolutely killing it, man.
I appreciate it, man. And shout out to Aaron that gave me my flowers. I wanted to acknowledge him too. And so watch this. Since Aaron alluded to what I said last night about, us as fans, learning how to have discernment in the business and in the sport of boxing, right? Everything you just said is totally correct about your analogy of Al Heyman. So what that means is if Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions as a whole are using these different tactics, right? They're saying one thing and then months later they're saying something different. Then he's going on Twitter and then he's saying something different. And then he's implanting the seed of doubt into the minds of the fans by saying, hey, if this fight doesn't materialize and we're on the 1 yard line, hey, it's PBC's fault. What that tells me is, talking about discernment, what that tells me is, you know that this fight can materialize just like this with PBC, but you also realize that it's your envy of what they're doing and what y'all beef was back in the day that you don't want them to you don't want the public to perceive that they have one up on you, when all actuality is they already have one up on you. And that's the problem that I'm having behind the scenes with regards to De La Hoya and Golden Boy. Because think about this, and I said this on my channel in the previous video, like last week or something. Al Heyman, it was like the phone stores, right? He had all the product. He had all of the good, he had the iPhones and the Androids, right? He got them. De La Hoya and Golden Boy was just a building that they owned a building on a block. Al Heyman comes in and say, look, I want to sell these cell phones to the public. Can we rent out space in your building? And Oscar De La Hoya, the owner, says, yeah, sure. But guess what happened? When the deal was over, it doesn't matter what the beef was about. When both parties agree that this whole business relationship is over, guess what Al Heyman did? He took all the Androids and he took all the iPhones out of the building and created his own building. And now he's still selling the Android and iPhones in a totally different building that's controlled by his own PBC store. When you got De La Hoya, he still got the building, but he got Boost mobile phones. And no disrespect to the, I'm not disrespecting the fighters. Yeah, but I'm not disrespecting the fighters, but I'm talking about the product. He don't have a lot of fighters over there. We got to keep it all the way 100. He got maybe 2 or 3 fighters over here in this store, and then Al Heyman got 150 to 200 cell phones and fighters in this store. It's a no match. It's a no-brainer here. And so it's like when you have a guy who's planting those seeds of doubts, and you got Boost mobile phones, and you're already in negotiation with the guy who took all the product away from your store, man, you got to eat a little bit of humble pie. You can't go on social media talking about, oh man, we on the 1 yard line, and if it doesn't materialize, it's because they are fumbling. Come on, bro. We're in the middle of a negotiation as business people. You can't use manipulation through the media this way. It can kill the whole deal for your little Boost mobile phones. So you got to eat a little humble pie, man. It's just a certain way that we have to conduct business, man. That's all. Let me say this. I'm not saying Ryan Garcia and Roach and those guys are Boost mobile product. I'm just using that as an example, not down in no fighters. I'm just using it as an example of the level of competition, their resume and their work ethic as far as business and how much money they generate compared to a Al Heyman fighter. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I got you, brother. I got you, man. Hey, I appreciate you, Manager Martin. You always welcome jump on, bro.
Salute,
Thank
bro.
you, man. Yeah, man. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Manager Marty and his channel. One of man. Definitely a learning experience every time I talk to you, my man.
I appreciate it, my brother, all the time. That means I'm doing my job. If one person learned at least one thing that they did not know by encountering me on YouTube, that satisfied me, bro. So I salute you and thank you for allowing me to come on your show, man.
Yes, sir, man. All right, brother. I'll see you next time, man.
You got it, bro.
Yes, sir. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Manager Marty. I want to do one more comment, and this is probably going to be about it. Rick Tim said, but the kids accurately drew a picture of that. But Mike, kids, but see, here's the thing, Rick Timms, that's not true. That's what I'm saying. That's not true. That's what people have said, but that's not true. What happened was they inaccurately drew it because Mike was not circumcised. They drew a picture of a circumcised. They drew a picture of somebody that was circumcised. And Michael Jackson was not circumcised. It's the opposite. They said they did, but they did not. Dude, I'm telling you, I paid close attention to that Michael Jackson stuff. And I paid very close attention. to that Bill Cosby stuff. No, they drew it inaccurately. That's one of the reasons they got off, because they took a picture of him, they humiliated him, took pictures of him, and the man was not circumcised. They just guessed that he was. No, man, it's unfair, bro. They forgot the anteater. That dude wasn't circumcised, bro. They got that wrong. That's why he took the picture. But anyway, man, it is what it is, man. Like I said, man, there's a lot of that stuff out there that could be true, could not be true, and it's very, very, very harmful stuff. So no, like even with that particular thing right there, where you say, Chappelle also said, like, it glitter. Yeah, that's funny. Anyway, man, all the jokes aside, man, it is what it is, man. That stuff will ruin people's lives, man. You know what I mean? It'll ruin people. You guys put that fake stuff out there on people, it'll ruin people's lives, man. So you can't sit there and you can sit there and tell me that, oh yeah, you Wendy Williams, you talking about, yeah, I will tell you, I will absolutely positively talk to y'all about the gossipy stuff that goes around, because dude, that's what ESPN is doing. What's ESPN doing, telling you other than what the contract negotiations are and talking about how everybody's doing that? You think I'm gonna sit up here and be the one that ain't talking, that ain't going to engage in that type of conversation? Like, if you don't agree with what I got to say, oh, it's time to start and do fight breakdowns. You know what I mean? What do you think I'm gonna do, a fight breakdown? Let me just let these people say whatever they're gonna say about whoever they want to say. I gotta listen to, man. Please, Fanon, you write a press release article is just it's just $10 away. They put that stuff out there, and all of a sudden, you guys there's a whole bunch of conversations about that stuff. Because unfortunately, some of y'all don't really watch boxing. It's the only type of boxing league conversation that these guys get to have, because they don't pay for the fights. How would you know how good an Errol Spence? Dude, I don't even think you watch these. You don't even watch 90% of those top-ranked fights, let alone those DAZN fights. And you complaining about having to pay fights, you stealing them. You know what I mean? Just stop, man. Like that's me. That's why I will talk about it. And dude, I started my channel off doing videography stuff, doing fight breakdowns and all of that, looking at the technical skill of the fighters and thinking, like, doing highlight films first. Then I moved to that other stuff because, dude, it was like all of a sudden you realize, like, hold on, man. All of this, even all of my comment section is somebody telling me something where I read the boxing news and you're literally telling, like, people are making up news, flat out making it up. And under the guise of, well, this is what my inside source says. Well, look, even if your inside source tells you something, doesn't mean it's true. You can talk to somebody that is an inside source and they can lie to you, or they could tell you something that's not right. You know what I mean? Get those likes up to 400. Yeah, man. Can we? Yeah. See if we can get them likes up to 400, man. But I'm gonna save my voice. We've had a good show this morning. I don't know, man. I appreciate y'all. Rick Timms, bro. Rick, tell me something, man. What are the dimensions of Michael Jackson's room? That's not true, man. I'm telling you, you're saying things that aren't true. What are the dimensions of his room? Seriously, I'm asking you, because people said it was his room. They were in Michael Jackson's room. Do you know what the dimensions of Michael Jackson's room is? He had a 2,000 square foot room. Watch this. Mike had a 2,000 square foot bedroom. 2,000 square foot bedroom. That's bigger than most people's houses. Just some context for you. Now, here's the thing. 2,000 square foot. The room that people said that we hung out in Michael Jackson's room. We were watching TV in Michael Jackson's room. He literally was watching, dude, Michael Jackson. I'm not going to do that. We're not going to have that conversation, Rick Timms. I'm not going to have that conversation with him. Dude, they found that dude that man was not guilty. That man was not guilty. The people that testified against the man, dude, how big is his bed? How big do you think a bet is? Anyway, bro, like I said, Mike most definitely is, look, dude. So Mike had a sensor to tell people when they approached his room. Dude, stop, man. The man got a 2,000 square foot room. The man had a 2,000 square foot room. It's a house. So if he has a house within a house and he has a sensor to tell, not guilty doesn't mean he didn't do anything, right? Oh, T. Orlando Pearson. In the eyes of the law, it means that he is not guilty. It certainly doesn't mean that he did something. Does it? I don't know. All I know is that he went to court not guilty. And that is our criminal justice system, isn't it? If somebody has their day in the court, and they're not guilty, you're supposed to leave it alone, right? Or are you on the lynch mob crew, Orlando? Are you the member of the lynch mob? If you go to court, you are it is the accuser's responsibility. The accuser's responsibility to prove their case. Anyway, man, I'm not going to do this because I'm not going to demonetize my video. I'm done. Yeah, they did. And you know why? Because they should have. Hear me clear. F the state. Hey, dog, I'm just trying to tell you. Dog, hey, man, that's the system, dog. You got to abide by the system, man. Come on, man. You got to abide by the system. You got to abide by the system. I ain't trying to tell you to trust him. The man has passed away. People are so easily fooled and misled. Scary times. All I'm saying is we don't know. I don't know what happened. I know some of them. I believe some of them people was lying. But hey, man, Mike was an odd dude for sure. They weren't in that room. Many of those accusers came back and said they lied. Dude, of course they did. A bunch of them said they lied. They were offered money to lie. Aaron Carter said his mother was offered $500,000 to lie on Michael Jackson. Said people get convicted all the time who didn't do anything. The system is corrupt. Hey, man, what do you want me to say? The system's the system. It's the system. It's the system. I don't know what happened. I agree. There was a lot of lying, a whole lot of lying. The system is the system, bro. The system is the system. Better than one a guilty man, a million minty. I'm not going to get into that because that ain't true. Why would you let a grown man sleep in your house for 30 days? I don't know. I don't know if he did. I don't care. Look, dude, I don't know. I've slept in people's. You're a grown man, slept in somebody's house for 30 days. Man, get out of here, man. Anyway, the Home Alone kid, he said everything. The people that accused him later on said the man didn't do it. Come on, man. That man could have went off to Thailand and did all of that stuff for no problem and never had anybody say or hear anybody do anything. Michael Jackson was doing that stuff. Then Michael Jackson was dumb. OJ did and walk. Let me tell you something. OJ didn't look. That's what you get for planting evidence and lying. When policemen perjure themselves and they get caught planting evidence on a guilty man, it is what it is. Like I said, I don't know. I wasn't there. All I know is, dude, if a policeman gets caught perjuring himself and you plant evidence on a guilty man, you tell cockamamie stories. Being weird doesn't. No, it doesn't. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. But anyway, I got to get up out of here, man. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. Thank you guys so much for your support today in the Cash Apps and in the super chats. It really, really does mean a lot. And with that, I'm about to bounce out of here so I can go and finish a little bit of work and then go enjoy this boxing match in San Antonio. Make sure y'all come check me out tomorrow morning. I will be live again tomorrow morning for sure. Oh, Bill Cosby deserved to walk too. Yeah, he did. Look, man, they overdo it, Orlando. I was in law school at the time of that OJ trial. I'm telling you, they did us dirty. I was in law school in my second year in law school, and we were watching, and when I was taking evidence, and we were watching the OJ Simpson trial every day. I mean, when I'm telling you, I watched it all. I watched all the evidence, and them boys was lying. They was lying. They were lying. They were lying. Them dudes took one of them gloves. Them boys took one of them gloves off there. They dropped both gloves. This is what I think happened. I think whoever was doing it took off both gloves, and they dropped both gloves right there. And that dude, Mark Furman, and the police took one of them gloves, rolled over to OJ's house, and threw it over the fence. Sprinkled a little blood on his car in the driveway, because they're like, oh, they had already arrested him, and they already had already made a visit to his house on domestic violence. They already had domestic violence issues between the two of them. I think what happened is that they Fanon, I agree, but I'm not looking or asking for your approval. Hey, Dawn, the Gotcha Gamer, bro, I ain't asking for you to talk to me, bro. Get out of my life, bro. I don't care if you asking for my approval. Dude, I don't need that at you. Like, go approve somewhere else. I didn't ask you for you. I didn't give you my approval. Anyway, man, I got to get out of here, man. Much love to everybody in the chat. Yeah, they did with Bob. Man, they did Bill Cosby super dirty. Super dirty. But that's okay. It is going to happen to somebody. It's going to happen to somebody else that y'all like. I don't believe them. Just like you said, F the state. That's me. They got to prove it. That's what T. Orlando's saying. F the state. They got to prove it. It's their job to prove it. It is not my job to prove my innocence. It's your job to prove my guilt beyond a reasonable doubt or by preponderance of evidence, whatever the case is, whatever the standard is, that's your job. You are snatching that man out of his house and making accusations on him. And since you're the one snatching him out of his house, putting his name all out there in the public, you have to carry your duty to prove it. Prove it. Anyway, it is what it is. And with that, I'm out. Oh, yeah. Mark Furman lying. Anyway, nah, I didn't know anything about that. Yeah, that came out yesterday, Ox. But look, man, I'm going to get up out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. And yeah, Orlando said exactly, F them. Yeah, that's what, in Orlando, that's why I didn't become a prosecutor. I was going to be melting fools as a prosecutor. God dog, I was killing them fools. But it is what it is. And with that, I'm out. Deuce Equis.